Boring.
But
Assemble listeners.
Mari Krombu Weebs, my name is Cole, his name is Mike, his name is Jay, we like anime, and this is episode 112 of the Anime Protagonist Podcast. Don't stick your finger up. I think that you're like, hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, wait, one second.
Many of these. We've done too many of these.
112 episodes of the Anime Protagonist Podcast, and the celebration of 2023 goes on into a new episode where we discuss not the best episodes in anime of 2023, but the worst. The MIDies are here, ladies and gentlemen.
We're
the 2023 edition of the MIDies.
We're going to be doing a lot of complaining this week.
We are going to be doing a lot of...
Yeah, it's going to be a zesty one. I like it. Oh no! I'm gonna revoke your drop privileges pretty soon. You know what? He wouldn't do drops for the longest time, and now he's done too many.
Now he's the drops.
You know what? I got a comment that we should be doing more drops. Actually,
did you?
Who told you that?
I
out them on the air right now.
Yeah, I want to know. Name names.
Our one of our patrons, Brain Dead B Dog. Hit me up and went.
That does sound like B-Dog.
Hey, you should do more. You should do more drops. I was like, I'm on it.
Did you tell him that we try? And they just
no,
don't work
it's not
most
our
of the
fault.
time?
It's not our fault. Brain Dead B-Dog. It's this thing. It just doesn't.
Unless you're Jay, it just works for Jay.
No, yeah. I that was me that time. That was me.
Okay,
that was me.
Got him.
He also said that he wants another one, so we're gonna have to work on getting that added to for next week.
That sounds like a you problem.
Like another one, like DJ
Yeah.
Khaled. That should be added.
We're gonna add another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, we're this is gonna be a ranting and raving episode, more so than usual. We're gonna be spicy. We're gonna be in honor of the late great Spicy P, Raptors legend. We're gonna be spicy in his honor.
You see Trudeau tweeted about him? That's kind of crazy.
He's one of the greatest Raptors of all time. I mean,
I know.
It's weird because
Prime Minister tweeted about him leaving, and he's like, "I'm sad to see you go, Spicy P." And it's like, you're a world leader.
It's weird that we're like we went through like the greatest generation of Raptors.
What? Jay with the new mug.
Keep going.
We went through the greatest generation of Raptors, and now it's like, it's strange to say like Spicy P, you know, Pascal Siakam is one of the greatest Raptors of all time, and he was he just left. Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird. Is that a hot take?
No, I wouldn't say that's a hot take, but you know what is?
These hot takes.
These.
Yeah, for the first half, we asked the listeners, you wonderful, wonderful listeners, to send us your hot takes from 2023. And let me tell you, we got some that make me irrationally angry, and I can't wait to get into them.
They you know what? The listeners, for their credit, they heard hot in the hot takes, and they understood the assignment, and I like that.
Yeah, no, they came in with some hot takes. Some of them are related to anime. Some of them aren't related to anime. And I thought we could read them and discuss. I thought that would be fun. I thought that would be a good time for us. What do you guys think? Do you think
that was a very good idea, Cole? Guy who came up with this idea.
I'm glad Cole came up with this one.
Yeah,
honestly. I am the progenitor of the podcast after all. And he who sends out the @everyone in the Discord came up with the idea. So...
It is true. Yes. If you do something and you don't actually like record it somewhere, did you even do that thing, right?
Did you even do it? Is it on public record, Jay?
Yeah. If it's not in public record, then it simply must not be yours.
I don't know why you're addressing me about this, because you're the one who came up with it.
I don't know. I was looking at you. Yeah. I was just looking at you. I
just thought you looked good today. That's all.
Yeah, I just thought that's a lovely blouse.
Yeah. I wonder what he was wearing 10 minutes ago is what I thought as well. Before there was an emergency shirt change.
Look, man, I care about my wardrobe.
I had an emergency desk mask change here because I spilt my supper all over my desk. It was terrible. It was almost as bad as the Sprite time.
Oh, I was
playing Honkai Star Rail before we started recording, and I was so excited that I got Kafka. I kicked my drink over, so I also spilt stuff everywhere. So that's
part of life.
So cold.
Part of life.
Was it hot? Did you spill something hot? Or was it hot Sprite?
It's a cold drink. It was a cold drink.
Was it water?
No, it's Friday night. I'm not drinking water. I should be.
Oh yeah, it's Friday. I work tomorrow, so I forgot it's Friday.
Oh, you work tomorrow? That sucks.
I do.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah, it's good news. One of my New Year's resolutions has come to fruition. Third poll. I got her, boys.
Oh yeah, Kafka.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I've also joined the Kafka club. I sent you a text the other day.
Yeah, we're Eskimo brothers, as you put it.
Yes.
The weird thing is, like, people talk about like, I lost on the 50-50. I don't think I've ever lost on a 50-50. Because people tell me, people tell me like, oh, sometimes you don't get it. And I'm like, I think I get the character on the banner every time if I want them. I think I just manifest good vibes, That's me, Cole.
You just have god tier gacha pulls.
That's what it is, Cole.
Yeah.
I don't know how I do it. Let's.
So when he pulled Kafka, I think he literally said, I'm going to pull the text up here because I think it's worth
sharing with the audience.
So Cole, when he pulled Kafka, I think his literal wording was, I am a god. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
This was Cole's, again, himidere, fully, truly, entirely, to the bone.
Cole, can you do the hime laugh?
Oh, I am
That's
a
probably
god.
what you did when you pulled her too. You were like, But
yeah,
hot takes.
Mike, put the screenshot of me being a god up right now. Here, there we go. Okay, so the first hot take that we got was from Speedy Boy 696. Very nice. Now, Mike, this one may hurt you a little bit. It reads thusly. It says Jujutsu Kaisen is mid.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
they're just simply wrong because I see one that's a couple down from that one that
We'll
counteracts it.
We'll get to those later.
I would say that's a mildly spicy take.
Let's rate them. On
I think
we
rate them 1
level.
to 10. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 on the spice. It's definitely spicy. It's a hot take for sure. But I feel like I have heard this exact take so many times that it just loses some spice to me. You know what I mean? It's just the haters are out there. It's this and my two favorite anime, Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan. They just attract the boo birds. Like, people are just booing these anime, even though they're fantastic.
Any popular anime will attract those people that go, the show actually kind of sucks. But at the same time,
I'm a special boy, and this show sucks. He's not saying it sucks. It's saying it's mid.
At the same time, when shows get like super duper popular, they're always hyped up to be the next coming. And and like some people go in expecting like the most life-changing thing of all time, and it never reaches like the best thing since sliced bread status. It's like, it's good.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to agree if Speedy Boy has only seen the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen, because the first season is bordering on mid. I would say it's good, not fantastic, but the second season really took it into like insane levels. So
in terms of a rating on this one, I'd probably give it a 4. It's not that hot of a take, and it's one that I'd probably like. I would say it's good, bordering on mid, I'd say, for me, but I haven't seen season 2 yet. So.
Yeah. I would agree with that statement about season 1 for what it's worth. Yeah. Jay, what do you rate this take?
I was going to say a 6, but I think like a lot of people, I think there are definitely a lot of people that aren't big fans of Jujutsu Kaisen. So like, I feel like it's more like a 5, kind of like split down the middle.
Yeah.
It's not like the hottest take, but it's it's not like a cold take either.
Yeah, it's
No,
not a,
yeah.
it's not a cold take. Speaking of cold takes, I mean, hey, Frama coming in with an ice cold take. Mike falling out of his chair is really funny. This is a 0. This one's it is funny. It is funny. Mike, fall out of your chair right now. For the listeners.
What if I actually did?
Yeah, I was about to say, what if you like actually fell?
Yeah, that's probably what would. Yeah, I'm not going to try too hard here.
Yeah, no, like
okay, to clarify, I feel like we've talked about this before, but a cold take is just like, yeah, obviously. That's what that means, right? Okay. Yeah, I feel like I never really understand cold, hot, what,
A cold take is basically like a popular opinion, whereas a hot take is an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, everybody agrees with a cold take. It's like, what? You don't even need to say that.
Yeah.
I feel like for a take to be hot as well, it also has to have like a little bit of truth to it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
It can't just be saying like a crazy statement.
We got some crazy statements coming up.
Yeah. I think cold take on that one. I'm sorry, Frama, but that is obvious. Hey, everyone loves to see a clown fall.
I think Frama sent some other ones. I'm scrolling. I
hope so.
Yeah, he did. There's one later on.
Good.
Yeah, he redeems himself later on in the cold take category.
That said, though, I don't think a lot of people have seen Mike fall.
Not enough. Not enough people have seen Mike fall off his chair.
If you haven't seen Mike fall and you're just now watching this episode and you're just now experiencing AniPro for the first time, go check out that short where Mike falls. It's pretty funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Jay, it was so funny that Jay made a highlight and put it on our YouTube, on our Shorts channel.
I mean, we had to.
You had to.
We had to do it.
Simply must.
Had to do it to him.
It's even an emoji in our Discord, my face as I'm falling.
It is. Come to our Discord, by the way. You can use that emoji. I think we all agree this is a cold take from Frama. Thank you for sharing, though. Thank you for sharing. We do agree with you. Like having a cold take in this case means we agree with you. So
it's actually a good thing. Yeah,
it's a good thing. This one is an interesting one from Super Mexi. JJK season 2 is the greatest single anime season of all time. Now that is a hot take.
My
that
man
gets
Mexi
a 9
came with
from
a
me.
hot ass take, and I like it.
That's a 9. Because I mean, there's a lot of seasons of anime. There's a lot of great seasons of anime. We're talking season 2 of Mob Psycho. We're
season
talking
3 of Mob Psycho.
Season 3 of Mob Psycho. Like individual seasons of a show. And to say that Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 is the best.
I'll speak for Cole real quick. Both seasons of March Comes In Like a Lion.
Well, season 2 of March Comes In Like a Lion is peak. Like actually peak. But that's for me. I know that's me. That's for me. Hot take from Super Mexi. Mike, now I know you're a fan. You're a fan of
I'm
Jujutsu
a fan.
Kaisen.
And me and Mexi align on many. Our anime tastes are kind of similar. And you're naming these great anime like Mob Psycho season 3 and stuff like that. And I think it's right up there with that. It's a hot take just because like the boldness of it to put it to basically say this is the greatest of all time is basically gives it hot points, right? Like it's instantly pretty hot.
Yeah.
But I think Mexi might be onto something here. I don't know if it's the greatest of all time, but it's probably one of them, honestly.
Hot take from Mike too.
Hot take from Mike.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like it do go hard.
I'm sure it do go hard, but
yeah.
I mean, there's more to an anime than just its hypeness.
Yeah.
Oh, but the anime, everything, man.
Now, Jay, what do you think of this?
I mean, I think it's a pretty hot take, especially because I think a lot of it has to do with the recency bias.
I feel like there is a bit of recency bias in it too as well.
So like what I'm curious about is like if this were like 3 years down the line, 2 years down the line, if you both would have the same opinion of like Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 is like the best season. Because like I feel like we're far enough removed from Mob Psycho even where we can say like season 3 was just fantastic. I don't know if we can say the same.
I'd even throw season 2 like in like the running of there. Honestly, like season 2 of Mob Psycho is great.
Yeah, I'm saying season 3 because of it was more recent, but yeah, for sure. I think it's a very hot take. I don't think it's like 10 out of 10, but I'd probably go with Cole and say 9.
9 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another hot take from Super Mexi here. The Boy and the Heron is a 5.5 out of 10. Another hot take, not quite as hot because I could see why people don't enjoy it. It is kind of, it's a
movie.
It's one of those like cerebral movies where it's like, I don't get it. And it just hits some people and it just doesn't hit other people.
I think the problem with this one is he didn't go like a 3 out of 10 for the spicy level.
Mm-hmm.
Like saying it was a 3 out of 10 would have been pretty spicy, but you lose some points by saying it's mid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a 5.5 on the spicy level.
That is a hot take. No,
that's just good content right there.
Yeah. It's just quality podcasting.
I
feel like Jay might agree with this take as well, though. So I'm curious what you have to say.
Yeah, I think that like I've heard a lot of people who like also love Miyazaki stuff say that like they didn't really like it that much, and they prefer things like Princess Mononoke, Castle in the Sky, or Howl's Moving Castle, I think is the one I mean, and Spirited Away, over this. So like, I think that there is some merit to this, but I also understand that people do like it. I would personally give Boy and the Heron like a 6.5. But yeah, I'd probably rate this maybe like a 4 for hot take.
Not that hot then. Yeah.
Not that hot.
I think I'm on the same page. I'd rate it like a 6, maybe a 5.5 out of 10 on the hotness scale. Like it's a little spicy because it's a fairly acclaimed movie. In fact, winning awards and stuff like that. So to say it's like mid is kind of a stretch.
I mean,
but
Boss Baby was nominated for an award.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Mid take, Maxi. I say mid take.
Now here's a non-anime hot take, but I do appreciate it. I
like when the mailbags and like discussion gets non-anime. I think it's funny to talk about.
So this is from K3DW. Is that
this is Brain Dead B-Dog. I can talk
B-Dog.
Today. My God.
Yeah. No, it's all right. It's all right. So Brain Dead B-Dog, he says zipper merging is the right way to do it. And if you get mad at people for passing you in the other lane, that's completely open until the front where it bottlenecks. You have no reason to be upset. I agree with
Brain Dead B-Dog spitting nothing but facts here.
No, be quiet. I agree with the first part. Zipper merging is the way to do it. But in our city, and I believe Brain Dead B-Dog knows this, zipper merging was never a thing until like this past construction season where they started like putting signs up. And when people zipper merge, it's great. But if somebody's trying to cut me in the line, I ain't letting them in. Nope.
Yeah, but you're a very spiteful person, so I can see that rage coming out in you.
We're trying to live
driven with you too.
We're trying to live in a society. We're all waiting our turn.
City.
We're all waiting our turn, and like people are like, "Oh, an open lane. Look at all these bozos."
But the inefficiency of leaving one whole lane open, empty. It's stupid. It's so stupid that they deserve to be cut in line because they're also stupid.
Zipper merging is the most efficient way. Yes. But if everybody's waiting in line, because you don't need 2 lanes, you could just have 1 lane and everybody moves through. But if there's going to be that one person that cuts through, now we're slowing down the line.
No.
Yes. Why do you think that line is lined up like that? There's no reason
a single and don't realize that there's 2 lanes you can go in.
I love this debate, by the way.
No, they don't trust that at the front someone will let them in because there's some jerk who's all spiteful, like, no, I'm going first. Just let them in.
Because these are the rules that have been established. These are the rules that have been established.
The rules are wrong. I refuse.
The rules are wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. But those are the rules that have been established in our social network. And until we have everybody doing zipper merging, if we only have like 1 or 2 people who decide to do it, then it doesn't work. Everybody has to do it or nobody does it.
I
That's
feel
too
like you
bad.
could
I'm
say the
still
same
going to the
thing.
front.
I feel like you could say the same thing about any law. Like, oh, well,
Yes.
that's like nobody's doing it. So
Well,
like,
yeah, but it's not a law. Right?
It's a
Like,
recommendation. It's what the
just
civilized people do. It's
it's
a
like putting
5-head move.
it's like putting your cart back where you're supposed to put your shopping cart. You could just leave it there.
You'd be a
Or
bad
you could-
person.
yeah, but a
for
ton of
doing
people
that.
do just leave it there. In fact, people
Yeah,
take
I
it with
know.
them.
I know. Put your carts back, ladies and gentlemen. Zipper merging is the right way to do it. And I think we need to figure that out.
We have.
No, we
have figured
haven't.
it out.
Obviously, we haven't.
Okay, hold on. Before we dwell on this for too long,
Yes,
what are we
yeah, we can
rating
get
this
off
on
this one.
as a hot take?
It's gonna be hot because we're actually arguing on the podcast.
Well, no, like I don't think it's a hot take.
no, I
No,
feel
I
like
genuinely
the
don't.
Second part, the second part is the hot take.
Yeah. No, the second
part's
part is the hot take because like I'm just trying to be patient and then I'm being called and then I'm being told that I shouldn't be upset because I'm just like doing what everybody else is doing.
No, you have a right to be
and
upset.
then some like free-spirited guy is like, "Well, I'm just going to cut all these people in line." Cuz I mean, he's a free thinker, you know, and we're all sheep, right?
I'm being called out on the podcast. I think that maybe I don't think it's a problem that other people get mad at you because people are always going to get mad at you for stuff. So that's why I'm not I don't think it's that hot of a take. Zipper merging is correct factually. And
Fact.
people will always hate you because
For
you're
everything.
getting ahead in life.
Yeah.
And you know how you get ahead in life? By not waiting as long in traffic when there's a wide open lane there that nobody's utilizing.
Listen, just put up signs that say zipper merge. That's it.
They
Just
did.
put up signs
They advertised
I
it.
know, and now it
Yes.
works. It hasn't been an
doesn't.
issue. Yes, it does.
Okay.
If there's a sign that says zipper merge and you're not zipper merging, then you're an idiot.
I'm going to go hold up signs. Next.
Wait, we
Next.
didn't rate it on a number scale.
10.
As a hot take.
Million, 1,000%.
Me and Cole
1,000
are
million.
like going to fight each other after the podcast thanks to this one.
Nice.
It'll be a
Shoulder
nice
fight.
bonus episode.
Yeah.
Good job,
Cole and Mike
KD3W. Thank you for
Covered in petroleum
making Mike
jelly
and
and
Cole
wrestling
fight.
in a
Yeah, it'll be a Jello wrestling. Next up is from Opie Master Ash. Non-Shounen anime was the best stuff of the year. This is cold take too. It always is the best stuff of the year. Shonen anime is generally mid.
Yeah.
it's not I call this one a 4 out of 10. I think there was a lot of really good shonen this year, and you guys aren't
there's always
shonen fans,
exceptions.
but
Mhm.
I think it wasn't particularly like this year was fantastic for it just kind of seemed like there wasn't that many great shonens right now.
Mhm.
And like the non-shonens are really kind of showing them up. I feel like this is one where the actually people really get to me because I feel like I could bring up like Apothecary Diaries or something and someone would be like, actually that's shonen. Because it's
Mhm.
probably in some
It's
shonen
seinen.
magazine somewhere.
Okay,
actually
thank
seinen.
God. See, there it is. There he is.
See, there he is. There he is.
Well, no. I'm actually the actually people who are telling you that it's shonen. It's not shonen.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not shonen. Yeah.
Okay. It's not.
Well, I think point proven though. Like
yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, sure, one of the best anime of the year, allegedly. But yeah, I mean, we had like Apothecary Diaries. We had like what would Trigun? Free Ren.
Trigun,
Yeah,
I think
like,
is shonen.
Free Ren
technically,
shonen.
according. Come on, shonen. Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Be quiet. Yeah, no, I think this is a cold take, like a 4.
Miyoshi no Ko.
Meh.
Is that one not a shonen? I feel like
It's
I'd be
seinen.
surprised if it. Oh my god. Why do I ask?
No, yeah. see, here's the thing. Maybe we can discuss the shonen versus seinen thing. I know you're going based off of the magazine that it's written in, but I think Mike and I kind of think of it more as like the content of it. Like,
It's a feel. It's a feel. You know it when you see it.
Is it high school students? If it's high school students, it feels like it's meant for high school students.
Mhm.
If it's like adult topics, then I feel like it's meant for adults.
So are you saying you can't teach high school students about adult topics?
No. It's
Or
not
like
what I'm
you
saying.
can't, or like you can't teach. Like, I don't think it's as black and white as that.
No, but your argument would be it's written in a seinen or a shonen magazine.
Well,
and
yeah,
that is
'cause,
literally
like,
black and white.
yeah, but it's like it's still black and white in a different way for your argument.
The
Where-
part that
whereas,
drives me
like-
nuts that I've kind of talked about before is that, like, say Oshinoko just
Mhm.
happened to be in Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's Shonen now?
They probably would turn
You know?
down a couple of the themes that happen in it, or a couple
Yeah,
of the
but,
scenes.
like, it just seems so arbitrary to, like, what magazine it was in. But anyway, yeah, this is non-shonen anime being the best stuff of the year. Cold take, I think. Cold take.
I'd say like
Jay?
mid take, like kind of
Yeah.
like a 5.
Yeah, you know what?
Cold
You're
mid take.
right.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah,
Free
yeah.
Run was good. People love Jujutsu Kaisen, except for those who don't. And
Wait, Free Run Shonen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just
Oh my
this is
God.
what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other shows that came out this year.
There was many shows.
There were
There was
many
many
shows. I
Tune
can't.
into our MIDie Awards
MIDie
and
Awards.
our anime awards next week, the Weebies as well.
The
We'll find out
Weebies
what's
next
the
week.
best. Yeah.
It's your last chance to vote, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
voting's closed.
No, voting's done. Voting will be done by
Yep.
the time this episode goes up.
25th.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's this
Time, it's an illusion. Yes,
Time doesn't exist here at AniPro Studios.
AniPro Studios.
that's right.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, we're recording from the future, right? So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
we get twisted up. We have to go into the future to get into the studio.
Mhm.
Mhm, yeah. Don't Sweat TT comes in with spring was the best season of anime ever, he says.
Oh, ever.
I need to go and look at what came out in spring.
I was just doing that, and I'll stall for time while you two also do that.
The
Because
only one I remember
again,
is Oshinoko.
so like I said, as soon as you throw ever or of all time into a take, it's instantly kind of hot. There's some
Yeah.
heat that comes with the words ever of all time. So I'll
Yeah.
list some that came out. Demon Slayer season 3, Hell's Paradise, Oshinoko, Mashal, Dr. Stone season 2, Heavenly Delusion, My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999, Konosuba Megamine, Dangers in My Heart, Insomniacs After School, Dead Mount Deathplay, Kamikatsu Working for God in a Godless World, Ancient Mage's Bride season 2.
Skip and Loafer.
We're skipping Loafer. Just kind of running down the list. Did I say Dead Mouth Deathplay?
Yep.
I
In Another
believe
World
so.
with My Smartphone season 2, Magical Destroyers.
This is a hot take.
I think
A
this
lot
has
of
become
good,
a hot take.
a lot of good shows, but I
Mhm.
mean, no great shows. You know,
I
nothing
don't-
on there is like, wow, amazing. Well, I mean, I guess Heavenly Delusion, but
I don't know like what I'm gonna be honest, like I don't know if I'd give any specific season like the best season, because it's like normally when seasons happen, it's like there's maybe like 3 or 4 shows that are good, and then there's like a bunch underneath that people will watch like a couple episodes of and then drop that they
Mhm.
forget about.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So like I don't know. It had
This
good
one I
shows
feel-
for sure.
I feel like this one's like a 7. It's a hot take.
Yeah, I think it's a hot take, and I think I get where he's coming from. I guess where they're coming from, but I just don't like. I don't see it. I don't know. Especially when you have. Let's look at. I'm just googling. I reddited what's the greatest anime season of all time. Top one here is Spring 2011. Steins Gate, Gintama, Nichijou, Anohana, Kaiji, and Sket Dance. I don't know what that is.
Sket Dance is another Shonen Jump series. Very similar to Gintama. It's also very good. Go watch Sket Dance if you haven't.
Yeah, like there
But,
was a few
like,
good a few good shows.
It's up there for sure, I'd say. Like there's a lot of good shows here. It's very well rounded, I would say. There's a lot of like very like a lot of stuff that was an 8 out of 10, which is pretty rare for a season. But we're
Mhm.
still also in peak times for anime right now.
We are.
So 7 out of 10 for this one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Jay.
I was gonna say like 8.
Okay, yeah, we're all kind of in that like warm to hot take,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's not like the pot isn't boiling yet, but it's kind of reaching there. It's hitting.
Yeah, it's starting to steam a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting the little bubbles at the bottom. Next up is from the tribal chief of the mailbag, Kratos. Kratos. He is saying cyberpunk anime was very mid, and for that comment, you are getting me another pork bun. That is a hot take. This is like an 8 or a 9. Cyberpunk anime is great, very good, fantastic, entertaining, fun, and sensual. At the same time very heartbreaking. It's a great anime. I don't think it's mid.
As much as I agree with Kratos' take, I think that like the majority of people think it's good, so just by that it's a hot take, and I just have the same hot take as him.
Yeah, I think I get why people wouldn't like it, but to say it's like mid, like to me mid is like the tier of like those forgettable shows where you watch 3 episodes of and then you forgot you even watched 3 episodes of because they're just like so lifeless and limp.
Yeah.
And Cyberpunk, you cannot call it lifeless and limp and forgettable. Like it's crazy to me. This is a hot take. This is a very spicy, picante, ghost pepper. This is a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Jay, what do you grade this one?
I'd say it's an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Jay agrees. It's a hot take.
Picante.
It's a hot take, but like it's true. It's true.
Well,
but it's it's an unpopular opinion.
Well, we're gonna have a meeting about this later. Super
we did a review.
With us now.
Super Mexi coming in with another hot take. AniPro's best episodes are the ones with games in them, and it's not even close. Hot take. All of our episodes are the best episode. They're all good. Listen to every episode of the AniPro podcast every day, noon Central, Sundays, every week.
You know what my favorite episode is?
Tune in now.
You know what our favorite? Our next one.
Yeah.
My favorite episode is our next one.
Actually, the yearly awards are a fun one. I do like all the seasonal awards episodes, so I think those are my best episodes. And I think that the numbers certify this as a hot take, because when I look at like our stats for all our episodes and stuff like that, the game episodes, while they are incredibly fun for us to do and we enjoy doing them, they're always like the least watched or least listened to episodes we put out. So
because they're so niche.
Maxi.
Yeah,
they're niche.
I think like by the numbers, I think our most popular ones are our seasonal ones. And then like I think our reviews, which
they will never go away.
People want to look for.
They will never go away. We enjoy the games. Obviously, it's fun. We're competitive people, but it's I think it's a hot take. I think
it's a hot take for sure.
I think we got lots of good episodes, and to say it's not even close is kind of the part where I'm like, we got good episodes.
So you know what? Actually, and you're ruling out like the episodes where we like wrote letters to Santa and stuff like that. Those I think are great episodes in my opinion.
I think the ones where we're like really creative are the best ones. But
like
my
the ones where we're
hammered
hammered are the best ones.
Those two.
My favorite episode is still the next one. Like not the seasonal awards, but like whatever's coming next. That's the best episode.
That's so corny.
I'm going 8 out of 10 on spice level for this one.
Oh yeah. Did I rate it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, like a 7.5 on this one. Yeah.
What are numbers anyway?
To record, I'd say like it's a pretty cold take, but like in terms of response and quality, probably go somewhere around like a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I put it all together.
there are quite a few of these, so we'll just have to keep on trucking away. So Kratos coming in with another one. Trigun Stampede was also a step down from the OG, especially character designs. For the record, while I stand by my hot take, he worded them harshly for the purposes of content. So Trigun Stampede was a step down from the OG, especially the character designs. This one, hot take. I like the character designs in Trigun Stampede. I think they all look cool and modernized.
I think it's a cold take.
Frankly,
Fight.
I don't like the original character designs.
So I think it's a cold take, and the reason is because most people don't like the remake as much as the original.
Yeah, that's just
Which
I could have told you that before it even came out or was announced.
Well, like that's my point though. Like, because most people think that it's a cold take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's what you think.
Yeah,
the people
want
to hear what you think.
I'm just objectively analyzing the take, and it's and I've also I can't provide an opinion on Stampede.
I feel like it's not. I feel like it's also a cold take. I feel like this is like a fairly common sentiment, but I personally disagree with it.
Yeah,
I do. I don't particularly like the original character designs either. I think that they're much better in the new form.
And I mean,
I never enjoyed in Trigun the original.
Yeah, and I mean, Orange did such a good job. Orange did such a good job with the animation and stuff. Like, I understand that, like, you've got that 90s anime aesthetic that everybody loves in the original, but like, come on, you're seeing stuff that we've never seen in anime before, and you're like, I like the original.
That's just how people are, man. People
I know that's how
like people wear their nostalgia
think
glasses and just enjoy them.
Yeah,
I think we all suffer from not having enjoyed the original Trigun prior to watching it.
Possibly
is probably the real answer here.
Probably. In everybody else's defense as well, I'm wearing the orange colored glasses, so Cole's got a very orange pair of eyes over there. In fact, he might have jaundice. What's our next hot take? Next hot take is from Opie Master Ash again. Cole should have won the Fantasy Football League, not me. Yeah, I should have.
Were you also one of those people who was like hurt by your great team absolutely not showing up in the most important game?
No, I think it was a good championship game. He just got more points.
That's the thing with fantasy football. Yeah. It's like, I'd say it's like 20% skill and like 80% luck.
Oh, mine's luck.
It's all luck. It really is.
I barely watch football. But Opie Master Ash, like, I joined the league with no intention of, I want to win, obviously. I got in second place. He sent me over a PSN gift card for second place.
Good guy, that Open Master Ash.
Good guy. Mm. Good guy alert. Yeah. This one's cold take. This is a 0. I should have won. You're a lucky, lucky man.
I'm going to say hot take. I think Ash deserved the championship. You know what? Take that ship, put a little trophy in your room.
Yeah. Enjoy it while it lasts, Mike.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I think you got to return that.
I do have to return my trophy soon.
What's the next one, Cole?
Oh, you're not going to rate it?
I have no say in this whatsoever. Okay. I wasn't a part
of it. All right, well, we got another sports one coming up too, so that'll be good.
Okay.
Super Mexi coming in with another one. Attack on Titan's ending was very good. I mean, it was good. I don't have an issue with it. It's definitely not what people wanted, and I think that's why people have an issue with it. But I like kind of the redemption of characters in the story. So, and you kind of get a psyche, like a look at why characters did what they did. I like it.
The part that's given, I like the ending. I agree that it was never going to work out in some like happy, Eren saved and him and Mikasa lived in a cabin somewhere, like it's never going to work out in a great way.
Right.
And I think this is probably the best ending they could have done. And for the fact that endings are like incredibly hard to do something that's even going to please 10 people, I think it did well. The part that it's struggling for me for a hot take is that he said it's very good. I think it was good. I think it was good. I don't know about very good. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 on the hotness scale. I'm having a sip of water after this take, but it's nothing I can't deal with this one.
I'm giving it a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even a 3. I'm giving it a 3. I agree with it. Yeah.
But like a lot of public consensus is agreeing with the opposite of this though.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I know a lot of people.
I think in terms of like a hot take, because the point of like hot take is an unpopular opinion. Yeah. I think it's like an 8 for hot take. And I disagree with the take, but I mean, I don't like Attack on Titan, period.
We
Jay,
did
you
force you
also
to watch just the ending. So
yeah,
that's
just
funny
the
too.
last, just the last OVA.
I didn't even really watch it, to be fair. I
No,
was
you
just kind of
didn't.
on my phone most of the time.
Yeah. And then Super Mexi came back with another one. The Green Bay Packers are winning the Super Bowl. 10
Thoughts,
out
Jay?
10 hot take.
Zero.
The Dallas Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. I
What team
called
is
it
Tom
here
Brady
right
on?
now.
What team is Tom Brady on?
Cool. I got something to let you know. He's on the retirement team.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
then
joking.
it's up in the air.
Okay.
No, I have no idea who's winning the Super Bowl. For Mike's sake, you know what? No, I'll cheer for Green Bay because I like the Broncos. They're obviously not in it. Nug Deep is a Patriots fan. They're not in it.
Definitely not in it.
So I'll default to your team. Let's go Packers. Yeah.
Go Pack, go.
I had
go.
I had a high school teacher that loved the Packers, and whenever you included the Packers in your assignments, he'd give you bonus marks. So for him,
Valid.
go Pack.
Yeah.
Yay! This is the
there we
first
go.
time I've had all my friends cheering for my team. This is, by the time this episode comes out, we'll know how hot this take really is. Because they'll either have lost to their historical enemy, the 49ers, which I saw that like 0% of people are picking them to beat them. So unlikely this take. It's a hot one for sure, but I'm here for it. Go Pack, go.
That's like
Nobody picked them to beat the Cowboys either. Nobody picked them to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's blackboard material. You know, you put that up on the cork board.
Yeah.
And look, everybody's betting against us.
My Jordan Love jersey's in the mail.
Let me scroll down. Okay, so pair
Maybe
drops.
2 more, Cole?
Oh no, we can keep going. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no mailbag for this episode, Jay.
Okay.
Yeah. Pair drops. The best shonen of 2023 was the One Piece live adaptation.
Oh my god. Oh, what a wild take. But I'm kind of here for it, man. That you guys haven't watched it, so I guess you can't really comment too much.
I've seen clips. I've seen clips and claps, and I'm still convinced the world is gaslighting me. But no, I haven't seen it, so I don't really have.
I've seen one clip, and I thought it was pretty good.
You should watch it, Jay. It's actually pretty good. I don't know about the best shonen of 2023, but man, it might be it's in the conversation. So this is a lukewarm take. This is a 3 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Super Mexi. Fortnite had the comeback of the year. I have no opinion on this.
No idea.
What's a Fortnite?
Not a Fortnite guy. Yeah. It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I think Fortnite is the same as it was when it first came out, and it never got any better and never got any worse.
Well, it's changed quite a bit, but
yeah, but it's still it still averages about to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's not
now,
get
here's
caught
one
in the
that
weeds,
Jay was trying to avoid when he said, "Are we only doing 2 more?" Because he didn't want to do this question, the third question on the list
from Just Juz. Mushoku Tensei has ruined the series. Mushoku Tensei season 2 has ruined the series for me and my partner. The only reason we'll be watching season 3 is because season 1 was so good. But holy, what a flop! This is a hot take.
I think it's a mid take, honestly.
What? This was one of the best shows of the year.
It was, but like I think that a lot of people definitely are averse to the subject matter of the show and can probably be turned away for it for that reason. So like I get it. And I think a lot of people did have that opinion where like
based on the 2 100% reactions to it and the Anya smirk face, I feel like there is definitely this is a public opinion for sure. There's some truth to what Jay's saying.
Yeah, because it wasn't another isekai action series, right? So, I mean,
let's be real. The ED arc was never going to be people's like.
Yeah, I think that's
a hard sell, right?
Yeah.
When erectile dysfunction is the antagonist of the season.
Yeah. I liked this season of Mushoku Tensei because I think like it did have a lot going for it, but I can definitely see the opinion of not liking it or like thinking it's a step down from season 1.
Jay, we gotta get you like heated more. You're just agreeing with everything.
He's being Switzerland here. He's being too Swiss. He's like just being the peacemaker.
Get
very
mad.
Peaceful.
These people, they're dissing our show.
They're dissing Mushoku Tensei.
I know, but they're allowed to.
Of course they're allowed to. You're allowed to get mad about it too.
That said, I don't think this is a super hot take. I know that there's quite a few people out there that don't really like Mushoku Tensei, and I know season 2 is definitely a turnoff for people. Like one a guy I work with was talking about it, and he loved, like, was fanatic for season 1, and then season 2 came out, and I asked him, I didn't hear a peep out of him until the season was done, and I'm like,
yeah.
So you watched it, right? And he's like, yeah. I just didn't like it at all. It was just what the heck was even going on? And then I was just like, oh, okay.
I think it's like the same reaction people had to like Farmland Saga.
That's what I was
Farmland Saga
too.
to Vinland Saga.
Yeah, but it's like, no, it's just a story. Like, it doesn't have to be the same thing in season 2. And I think that's why I like it.
I will say that I think season 2 was not as good as the first season. I did think it fell off a little bit. So that's part of why I agree with this take a little bit.
Yeah. I think season 2 is just kind of more of a drama, I think, than like an action show. But okay, let's move on. Continue. Takato
so
fan
far.
1986. You guys are awesome, and Migi and Dale is very underrated.
Migi and Dali.
Dali? Okay, then he misspelled it because it's DAIL.
First part, super hot, 10 out of 10. Hot take.
No, cold take. We are awesome.
That's true.
Awesome. Yeah,
right.
Cole's
take. Resolution.
And I don't know. I don't even know what the second part means. Please explain.
Jay, I think you've watched Migi and Dali, or no?
I haven't seen it.
So I have no opinion.
I do want to watch it. It's by the same creator as Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, and I really love that show. But like it just came out. It came out in I think it was summer. Yeah, summer of last year. Or was it summer? It was last season. Last season. And like it's just kind of one of those things where I was like, I'm watching so many shows. I don't know if like I have time to add any more, but I do want to get around to it. Maybe maybe we'll review it at some point or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that there is a lot of merit to this take because like I've heard a lot of people do like this show. But I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see how true that is.
Yeah.
In due time.
But just to be clear, you guys are awesome. So
you're awesome.
You're
awesome.
You're breathtaking.
There it is.
Sosuke Mitsuba
this is the
coming
one Cole
in
was
with
afraid of.
Yeah, I am.
I've never noticed this before, but Sosuke Mitsuba trademark, Cole.
Trademark. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got to pay him a little bit of money. Bocchi the Rock wasn't actually very interesting. I don't know what show you watched.
A fairly hot take here. Yeah,
I don't know what show you watched, but this is a hot take. I'm almost spitting this out. 10.
This is Cole's ghost pepper here.
The music in it is great. The animation in it is like borderline experimental. The comedy in it's good. The voice acting's good. I really don't know what more you'd be looking for in a show like Bocchi the Rock for what Bocchi the Rock is.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Bocchi fan. I do like it. I think I rated it like an 8.5 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think to say it's not very interesting is again being like very hot and spicy and a little overly harsh. So
we did ask for hot takes. We did ask for hot takes. You know what? I'm gonna react right now with a little eyes emoji because that's a hot take. That's a spicy one. Yeah. Me too.
There we go. Yeah.
Jake,
live on air reaction.
I get the take. I think that if you're looking for like a high octane action shonen series, you're probably not going to get much out of it. Or if you have like that TikTok brain, maybe not either. But like I think for what it is, it does a good job of doing what Bocchi the Rock do. So like I mean, I don't think it's a bad show. But I understand why someone wouldn't be interested in it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I'd probably say like a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up is from somebody called Shazana.
Who's that?
I don't know. Campfire
Lovely
Cooking
person.
in Another World was a sleeper show that would have gotten more praise, or that should have gotten more praise. It was so good. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. It was a sleeper. People didn't talk about it, and I know you guys liked it. you and Shazana might.
I don't think Jay watched it, but I
watched a
enjoyed
couple
it for
episodes.
Yeah, I know Don't Sweat TT, the next person up here, they said Sui was their favorite character of this last year. And honestly, Sui is great. And Jay keeps posting some other slime in the Discord lately.
Sora.
Yeah, Sora from what?
From The Weakest Tamer, whatever. It's a long title.
Yeah, so like the real point here is that every masterpiece has its imitation. And...
Okay.
Campfire cooking is good. I agree. I don't know about it. I think it should have got more praise. I think this is a cold take, though. I think it's a cold take.
Cold take from your wife. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The divorce papers are in the mail. Next up,
and from Jay too for dissing his slime.
Yeah. Next up is from Frama.
Yeah, because apparently slime is exclusive to that one show.
It is. It was invented. It was invented in this.
Yeah. So it is a masterpiece.
Frama's back in a big way. Attack on Titan is too hyped up for how okay it is. Same for One Piece. You got two takes, and they are on the opposite end of the spectrum for me. Attack on Titan is not too hyped up. If anything, it's underhyped because of all the haters. Every time you bring up Attack on Titan, you see people being like, it sucks. It's mid. Every time somebody says it's good. Meanwhile, like, it's good. It's a good show. One Piece is the opposite, because every time you bring up One Piece, everybody's like, it's the GOAT. It's the greatest of all time. And it's not. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's silly and goofy.
Says the guy who hasn't even seen it.
I don't need to. And I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've seen enough. I've seen enough to know my opinion of it.
Well, I've seen enough of March Comes In Like a Lion to know my opinion of it.
Oh,
and it's
somebody. See, he gets angry at me, but not the listeners.
No, he's too polite. He's nice. He's a nice boy.
He's a nice boy. He's a nice Canadian boy.
Really just coming for like two of my favorites here, and I just don't appreciate it. This is a hot ass take. This is real hot. This is spicy. Attacked. It's burning me. Yeah. Man, but my skin for Attack on Titan has gotten so thick lately that it's because you get this from every angle, man, as an Attack on Titan fan.
That's what I mean.
And it just hurts me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But One Piece I get it. People don't like it.
The One Piece
you're wrong, Cole. You're in the wrong on that one.
No. Hear me out. The One Piece hate, you guys got to build up more of a tolerance, because honestly, it's unfair how much praise this show gets. Every time somebody brings up One Piece, it's just like, this is the best. This is the greatest thing. And I'm like, even if it was good, like it's a goofy show about pirates, and they all look stupid. They all have toilet mouths, and it's stupid and dumb, and I don't like it. And
what's your point?
That's all.
You're looking like a fool here, Cole. Is what
I
you're
know.
Saying.
I'm well aware.
Cole, if you look to your left, you'll see some clown makeup, and if you look to your right, you'll see a clown costume. If you put that on real quick.
No, that's for me, not for you.
If you took the 12 best episodes out of One Piece, it would be the greatest season.
There's a million episodes of One Piece. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Ooh, I got him, ladies and gentlemen. I got him.
The worst arc of One Piece is a very good normal shonen arc.
Valid. Are you talking about Skypiea? Because that's one most people say is worst. And I like Skypiea.
I think Skypiea, but I think that Wano kind of made Skypiea a little bit better.
Okay.
This isn't the One Piece show.
I thought you were going to say that Wano was mid. Holy crap, Wano was like peak One Piece. Holy crap. Let's just keep hijacking the show so we can talk about One Piece.
Dressrosa was my Dressrosa.
Shut up! I'm gonna mute you both. We got one more question. We got one more.
Honestly, though, probably my favorite is Alabasta.
I'm gonna beat the ever-loving out of both
the
of
best
you.
Arc of
I hate
One
you.
Piece.
I hate you both.
But like the problem with you saying that the worst arc is better than the mid shonen is because the worst arc is the Foxy Long Island arc. That arc was terrible.
I've heard a lot of people also hate what's that arc? The spoopy one.
Thriller Bark.
Thriller Bark, yeah.
Fine. Thriller Bark's fine.
I've heard people not like it, but like I thought it was
Cool,
okay.
what do you think of Thriller Bark? I thought it was nice and spooky.
I love it. It's my favorite arc. We've got one more question from Zero's producer son. And go figure, it's about Mommy from Rent a Girlfriend. Who knew this was coming?
Yeah,
who saw this coming?
You know what?
Oh, sorry, you didn't even say the question yet. I was about to react to it.
He says mommy did nothing wrong, of course.
10 out of 10.
You know
Hot
what?
take.
No. This is a cold take, gentlemen, and let me tell you why.
Okay, you spit. Let him cook, Jay.
This
Let
is
him cook.
this
I'll
is
let him
hot
cook.
takes for 2023. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched Rent a Girlfriend season 3 in 2023. That's the only Rent a Girlfriend content that aired in 2023.
And she was in
I don't even think Mommy was even in it. So technically, Mommy did nothing wrong because she wasn't even in this year. Cold take. Zeros.
Hot take. But that was the last question. That was the last one.
She did do something wrong because she wasn't in this season enough for me to hate her.
She did do something wrong because she came back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's 10 out of 10.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah,
we're done here. We're done for this half.
Yeah.
We're gonna go argue. Well, no, I'm gonna go
Wrestle.
argue at a wall, and those two are gonna talk about One Piece until the cows come home.
What'd you think of what'd you think of Wano?
We'll discuss it during this
Musical break.
musical break. Welcome back to the MIDdies podcast.
Hey, Mickey.
We were just
What
having,
was that?
we're just having a good time. We were just
This
having
just
a
got
good.
super
It's
confusing.
Goofy from Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No, we got it. We got it, Jay.
I'm just being goofy.
You're always goofy. You're always goofy.
He was literally being goofy, though.
He's a goofy boy. We got Goofy Jay. So
That threw Cole right off. I can
maybe
tell.
maybe you, the listener, noticed something with our review structure this last time. We did. Who nominated Hanako-kun? Mike.
Mike did.
Mm-hmm.
And then our next review is one that I nominated, and that is Gate.
Mm-hmm. Go watch Gate.
Go watch Gate. But you're probably thinking, where is the listener's choice? Have these guys sold out? Have they forsaken
caring about their
us,
fans?
the listener?
Yeah.
And the answer is, of course not. We would never.
Of course not. Yeah.
No,
we would
you're
never.
beautiful people. We devoted the first half of this episode to you.
Yeah. In fact, our next review will be the return of the listener's choice.
As in, like the review after Gate to be fully clear.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Like we're gonna review Gate, and then we're gonna do
Yeah.
listener's choice. We decided to just split it up a bit, so every third review will be listener's choice.
Yeah. And also, it's like kind of hard to like with the timing of like the vote and stuff like that. It kind of gets wonky, so we're making it.
We're gonna give you a bit more time to vote, So we've each selected a wonderful animation television program for you all to watch. Well, I mean, you don't have to watch all three, but you could if you wanted to.
Yes, whichever one will be chosen.
But what we are,
Cole.
yes, Michael, yes.
We've also fixed a problem with the last time we did our listener's choice, where the awards or the votes count. Each vote on every platform counted equally. But now, because last time we watched Toradora as a listener's choice, right?
Yes,
and
I forgot about this.
Basically won single-handedly because of YouTube listeners. So thank you, YouTube listeners.
And because it's the best show. It was the best show that was nominated.
Great, yeah. But because like the amount of votes on one platform like vastly outweighed all of our others, we kind of just decided like we need to nerf this. This is OP, this strategy. So each platform will count as one vote. So if it wins on YouTube,
that's
and
one.
Loses on Patreon, it still only has one vote.
Yeah. Like
if it wins on YouTube,
the majority of the votes on any particular platform will dictate which vote that goes to. We're like, think of the electoral college, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So YouTube has voted for X. Discord has voted for Z. Patreon, of course, they get their own vote. They voted for Y.
So also be sure to vote for multiple different places because your vote will have a better chance of counting to
That's
the
right.
final
Always
vote.
vote.
Yeah. So at least this way, like one particular platform where we have more listeners or more engagement won't offset, say, the Spotify voting, for example. So that being said, so things are changing. Things are constantly changing here at AniPro Studios. So
For the better, hopefully.
For the better, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
We're
hopefully
always
this
trying to make
is,
things better.
Yeah, for you, Michael.
Yeah. What are we putting out there for watching? Should I go first?
Sure. Let's start with Sweet Baby J. We'll go from youngest to
I'm
oldest.
scared because
Okay.
right before we started recording, Jay was like, we've never actually all suggested the same show before.
Yeah.
And that scares me.
Yeah.
Because
I
he
feel
does
like
a lot of scheming, that guy.
I feel like Jay's been spying on me. He's got cameras in here somewhere, I'm
He's around
sure.
here somewhere. He knew you were getting reviewing Gate as our next anime too. So this is suspicious
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
kind of my fault.
Cole texted me being like, "Have you seen Gate yet?" And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, that's all on you then, Cole. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So, my show
Okay.
came out in 2018.
Okay.
Is a single core show, so it's 13 episodes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He's
is
done it.
on Netflix.
Oh no.
Oh
By
my god.
Studio Kyoto Animation.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my no.
With
No way.
with the genres of drama, fantasy, and slice of life.
Oh, okay. No, we're fine.
Oh,
We're
okay.
okay.
We're good.
Sitting at an 85% on AniList.
No. Oh my god.
No.
No.
Jay,
Yeah.
I think what a good thing to do before you reveal it is just let's read the description, the show description,
Sure.
and then reveal it.
Sure.
Okay.
The show's
I
description.
think I know what it is though. It's what Cole picked, I think.
A certain point in time in the continent of Telesis, the Great War which divided the continent into North and South has ended after 4 years, and the people are welcoming a new generation. Violet Evergarden, a young girl formerly known as...
You could just skip the name.
I wonder what show this is.
Yeah. Oh, he just chose not to skip the name.
I
That's
chose.
fine.
That was
okay,
a
well,
choice. That was a
let's-
choice.
Yeah.
Let's marinate on that and see if we can guess which show that is.
See what we can guess what this is. Yeah. Continue
After-
the show
You can also
description,
bleep
Jay.
it out, Cole.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that's no.
I'm not. That sounds like more work.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Find out when you're listening to this.
Yeah.
This is a good pick though. I've thought about making us review Violet Evergarden a few
Yeah.
times. It's a show I watched early on too.
Mhm.
And like
I'm
it's
not
one of
ready.
the ones in my list of shows that I want to go back and see if it's as good as I remember.
I'm not ready. I know
Yeah.
this is going to win. And I am not looking forward to episode 10. I don't want to watch that again. It hurts.
I do
It
want to
hurts.
watch it again. I want to get hurt.
The highs are high and the lows are low.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that
That's
there's any lows in it, but it's definitely an emotional show.
Somber.
Yeah. So, Mike, you're next up in birthdays. What show do you got?
You're right. I am the second youngest
Mhm.
by far. My show.
You're officially in your early 30s now, though. So,
I know that hurts me. Came out in 2021. Average score of 86.
Mhm.
Also quite a good show, quite popular.
Mhm.
11 episodes. And let me tell you, boys, the most interesting thing about this show is it's going to make you question whether it's going to push the limits of our podcast. You're going to say,
Podcast.
is this even allowed on this podcast? Is this even possible? It might even offend you that I'm nominating this anime for a choice here.
It's a hentai.
And I'll read the description now.
It's a hentai. Calling it.
I know exactly what it is, and I predicted it long before.
Okay. In a corner of a bustling city, there's a small shop called Time Photo Studio operating as usual. Although the entrance looks abandoned, it's actually run by two men with special abilities. Cheng Xiaoxi and Lu Guang. In order to fulfill customers' requests, Lu Guang and Cheng Xiaoxi must work together to use their special abilities to enter photos. However, things don't go as planned. Now, Jay, tell them what it is.
Slink click.
That's right.
Oh
Slink
no.
click.
Oh no.
And the
Now I
reason
know
it's gonna
I'm going
test-
to lose. I know.
Yeah, and the reason it's going to test your your abilities here is because it is actually a Chinese
Mm.
anime. based on is it Donghua? Is that what they're? I don't remember what it is.
Donghua is the anime name. Manhwa is the thing.
Oh, they call it
it's manhwa.
It's the same as Korean? Okay.
Yep. Manga
is the number one highest rated ONA of all time on any list, for what it's worth. So vote for link click, please. Thank you. Cole.
No, it's my turn. It's my turn. I'm sad now because this is the one I'm nominating is one of my favorite anime, and I'm actually going out there because it's getting a sequel next season. It's 13 episodes. The first, the original iteration of it came out back in 2015. It is like Jay from Kyoto Animation as well. Allow me to read you the description, gentlemen.
I think I know what show it is.
You always know what show it is.
Yeah, you say that every time.
Spring in the first year of high school.
I know what it is.
Spring in the first year of high school, Kumiko, a member of the brass band in junior high school, visits high school.
This is a fierce competition.
Visits the high school brass band club with classmates. Hazuki and Sapphire. There she comes across Reina, a former classmate from junior high. Hazuki and Sapphire decide to join the club, but Kumiko can't make up her mind. She recollects her experience with Reina at a competition in junior high school. Sound euphonium.
Yep.
I'm sad because I'm gonna lose.
I'm a little sad actually. Yeah, because it's probably not going to win this one.
Yeah, and I'm depriving
you
to
watch the show for a while.
I'm depriving you, Michael, of what could potentially be like one of the best girls in Kumiko.
Oh,
she's great. I love her.
Cap,
and
it's Asuka. Thanks for coming.
That's Cap. That's
Thanks
ridiculous.
For coming. Thanks for
that's
coming.
Insane. That's so.
She is literally born on the same day as Jesus. So I mean,
so was I.
Okay. Yep.
Was she? Is her birthday
December 25th?
Oh, okay. Well, interesting. Yeah. So vote for one of those three. Just to remind you, though, our next
review
is
Gate.
Gate. Yeah. We've got to discuss because Gate is interesting. Gate is on High Dive, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and they only have it listed as one season on High Dive, but it's two seasons on AniList.
Because both cores are in the season one.
Okay, we'll have to discuss that off air if we're gonna.
Yeah, it's 24 episodes, right?
24 episodes.
Yeah,
I think this would be my first 24 episoder.
No, you did
which I'm fine with. Oh yeah, I did
That's a listener's choice. Doesn't count.
Yeah. Yeah. So vote for these. Vote for Hibiki Euphonium.
I did check this time, by the way, and my show is available to watch on Crunchyroll.
Good
FYI.
Job, Michael. You're growing up.
Proud of me.
You're growing up. What a big boy.
What a big, beautiful boy with a nice, new, fresh haircut. Look at him. It's back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike's famous pose.
You make me feel special.
You are special. Okay, now we've got to get in. Now we've got to actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've got to.
Now we need to get spiteful again.
Yeah.
We got some
spicy. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always spiteful.
Let me know.
So this is the 2023 iteration of the MIDies, and I had a tough time with this because you don't realize until the end of the season where you're like, oh yeah, I dropped all of the bad shows. I don't remember any of the bad shows, but I put a list together. And I hope we can all enjoy the lists that we all put together. Did you guys have an easy time with it, or did you guys share my difficulties?
I figured it out after a little bit of deliberation, but
you discussed it with the council.
I discussed it with the council.
He had to open his book, his tome. I
figured it out, and it was definitely harder than any of the seasonal awards. But I think that's because. The seasonal awards are are fresher in your mind.
Yeah.
For both those reasons, like the seasonal awards miles easier than this because they're like literally it's fresh on your mind. These characters, these shows are like right in your brain, and like I almost wonder if we need to put like a worst like negative seasonal awards going forward, so that we help our MIDies out or something, because like it would help me remember stuff a bit more vividly.
Yeah. Remember the hate.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to put that vitriol down somewhere. And but like Jay, I kind of sat down and I had to actually pull up a list of all of the shows that I watched in 2023 and some shows that I didn't watch, and kind of just like it definitely took me like an hour to actually like get all my awards in order for this, which is miles longer than my seasonal awards ever take.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it with worst OP of the year, ladies and gentlemen. The worst OP of the year. For this one, I like the thing with the MIDies is I'm trying to, like, obviously there's bad stuff, right? Like, of course there's going to be like bad OPs and bad shows and stuff like that. But I was trying to go with some that were just like kind of boring and not good.
Yeah.
That's where I went to with this, actually, is like, you know what? There's some like truly terrible stuff, but it's more fun just to talk about what's like this is more mid, I guess.
The off-putting.
I don't know.
The off-putting OPs. And I was interested in this one because when I was revisiting it and going into YouTube and rewatching the OP, I was surprised at how many people were like, I love this OP. This is a great OP. Oh, it's so good.
I think you'll see that for every OP though.
But it was like overwhelmingly. Yeah. It was overwhelmingly like positive, which I guess like who's going to watch the OP on YouTube to hate on it?
Yeah,
other than me.
Yeah.
For this silly podcast. Great podcast.
Yeah.
My worst OP of the season was from Gene of AI. It was just like the song. Like I've heard OPs use like electronic music in their OPs before, and this one is just like watered down electronic music. It's got freaky CGI. It's got a big, listen, when you end your OP on a big CGI baby with goat's eyes, like go watch it. I'm watching
it as we speak. I've never seen this before.
It's just
at
boring.
least it has visuals, I guess, but it is boring. Like
there's one scene. There's one scene where the main character is like just kind of sitting there doing science stuff for like 10 seconds. And it's like, what? Like, this is so lame. And big CGI baby at the end. I can't wait for Mike to get to that portion.
I'm seeing a baby form on screen before me. Yep. It feels strange though, because like this, it's like it's actually trying. Animated. It's trying. Like it's actually Madhouse. Trying, but it is kind of okay. You're right. It's kind of just missing the mark for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the song for it where it's like, I don't know. It's like watered down, like exciting music. It's like, let's make an exciting song, but then like dial it back.
Like it literally sounds diluted, which is kind of strange, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
weird.
It's strange.
Oh,
it's
okay.
odd.
The weird CG baby goat. I see why you have put this here. Yes.
Yeah.
That was truly strange. That was uncomfortable to look at.
I wouldn't say the show's bad. Like I like the ideas in Gene of AI, but the OP, not mid OP.
Yeah,
mid to bad,
mid AF.
Yeah, Mike, what was your?
It tried, but that's all you can really say.
I mean, that's all you can really
do.
Hope for at that point, right?
So my worst OP of the year really didn't even try, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, I want to pull it up as you.
And I feel like, so I'm just going to say it so you guys can pull it up while I kind of talk about it. Berserk of Gluttony opening, worst OP of the year. Jay is familiar with this because I know he liked this show.
Yeah, it's my OP. Oh, that's my favorite show.
Jay, you were quite hyped on it, but I'll spoil the first 40 seconds of this OP for you. There's 3 panning shots of characters that are barely moving.
Okay.
And then there's a title that lingers on the title screen. Like it's just the title of the show for some reason. It lingers on that for 10 seconds. You're like, okay, how can we fill any time at all during this OP? It is so boring. And just like nothing interesting, or it's just nothing of any interest or any value happens in this OP.
You know, it's interesting because like last season we had Apothecary Diaries where the characters were on a black background, right? And they did a good job of like using that black background with very colorful stuff in the foreground. This, it's literally just the characters on a black background. And I'm kind of
are you bored already?
yeah, it's like just still shots panning. I don't like the character designs. I'm sorry, Jay.
No, I think even Jay came around to say like this, it wound up unimpressing him after a while. Like it just wasn't a good adaptation.
Yeah,
and it just seems like they didn't try very hard.
And I mean the use of credits in it too is kind of like lame. Like it looks like an ED, honestly.
Yeah.
It really does. Like you could put it as an ED for a lot of shows and it'd be like, oh, this is actually decent for an ED.
Yeah, this is a decent ED, but for an OP,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of.
It feels very like generic light novel adaptation OP.
Yeah.
And I'm not a light novel adaptation guy.
Yeah.
Jay, what did you do? I'm sorry I hurt your baby. I
don't know
if you actually finished the show.
I'm not actually mad.
He's mad.
I don't actually care.
Mad.
He's gonna crush me.
Yeah.
So my OP, my worst OP of the year goes to a show that like has a weird song, a weird like vibe to it. And just like the worst running animation I've ever seen in my life.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's the Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure.
Aristocrats?
The Aristocats?
The
Aristocrats?
You're really testing my You're testing my ability to spell here with the word aristocrat. That's asking a lot of me right now.
Remember the Aristocats?
The Aristocats is great. I've loaded up. I'm watching it now.
Yeah,
Jay.
so
tell me why you hate it.
It's just like it feels very generic isekai fantasy OP, and then like
definitely.
It just like let's look at the cool things that the MC can do, and then it has a shot of the MC running, but he's not. But like they wanted him to face the camera while he's running, so instead of just having his head turned toward the camera,
it looks weird.
He's running like this.
Like he's just who runs whose fists go in front of their face when they're running.
Like I mean he's like down here, but like I can't because I'm limited with camera space. But like it's just the weirdest OP, the weirdest decision.
I just got to the running. There you go. Why are they running at that angle too?
They're like dancing. They're like dancing.
What are they doing?
You know what, this OP, I'm probably more offended by it for its lack of offense. Like it's just very generic and lame. Yeah. It's like you've seen this OP a million times.
Yeah, for sure. I think like the thing that pushed it over the edge for me was just that run. It just looks so stupid.
The thing that just got me. Even at the end there's two bits that got me at the end, Jay. The king guy laughing, doing the Cole's Himidari laugh, and then the other girl running.
That's my move. That's my move.
Yeah, what's going on? That was a good pick, Jay. That was a good pick for
my god,
that's a bad OP.
It's an OP I will watch just to make me laugh at how bad it is.
Did we see any comments saying it was the best OP? By the way, I didn't even look.
I didn't look at the comments.
I didn't look at the comments.
I don't want to get sucked into that either. The song sucked too. I don't like it.
The song sucks.
Mid-song.
Pretty generic.
Actually, you know what, Jay? That was like the definition of mid. That OP is probably how I would put it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for sharing. That was awful. Thank you.
Yep.
Let's move on to EDs.
Horrible. Yes.
Let's move on to EDs. And my ED came from a surprisingly good show for me. With a good OP. Came from a studio that I didn't think was capable of producing decent anime. But they really proved that they suck at stuff. And that's the ED for The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. Is literally just the main, our heroine Mie just walking and a song playing, and it sucks and it's boring. I don't really have anything to say about it because it's literally just a walking cycle. And
like, you know what this looks like? You know that SpongeBob walk cycle that like appeared in one of the specials that where like he just like changed his, or like it reminds me of that. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
like lanky. I think I know what you're talking about. There's not much to say here because you guys have probably watched 20 seconds of this at this point.
I can't find it because it's so mid that I just cannot even find
I can link it to you if you want.
It's fine. You don't need to see it. It's mid AF. When you do find it, when and if you do find it, you only need to watch it for like 5 seconds because that's literally the ED. Nothing changes. It's just our main girl walking.
Yeah.
And at the end, she looks at the camera and smiles, and then that's it. And then we're done. Bad ED for a surprisingly decent show.
Oh, you're right. I'm watching it right now. And literally, it's just the same shot of her walk cycle. It's just zooming in very, very slowly.
It's just a long shot of her walking, and that's it. Yeah,
great.
Honestly, Cole, this is a good
not a bad choice.
No,
it is hilarious. You know how YouTube now it shows you the most replayed section of the of a video? It's literally the whole thing. There is no most replayed because there's no point of this that's exciting. It's just
I fast forwarded through it. I just clicked. When you just like kind of like, okay, show me the good bits. Yeah. It's literally just I clicked and it just kept zooming in and nothing changed. Yeah, that was truly terrible. Thank you, Jay or Cole.
You're welcome. I'm here to provide midness for you. Can you provide us with some mid, Michael?
I can, and I will. My worst ED of the season is from a show that I had high hopes for going into the season, but just kind of disappointed me at the end of the day. And let me tell you, the OP and the ED for this show were not great either. The song is okay for it. The show is Reborn as a Vending Machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon.
Oh, and I think this show may come up later.
Is similar to the crime that my OP committed, where it's just kind of boring and bland. Like, I feel like I've seen this ED so many times. It's kind of cute, the scenes they chose, but all they basically did was take like scenes from the anime and apply like a watercolor palette to them and then slowly pan on them. And it's just like, this is
I am 15 seconds into it and I hate this song.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, that song sucks. I listened to 1 second of it and it's terrible.
Yeah, but you've heard so many anime that use a song like this, right? Like, it's just like, I don't know.
No, it's inoffensive and boring and therefore lame.
Yeah.
It's
also,
super lame.
The main character is a vending machine, so
yes.
Yeah.
Again, this is certified mid to terrible.
Yeah.
This is Dookie.
Yeah. This is Dookie. Green Day, 1993, Dookie.
Yeah. I don't appreciate you sharing, but thank you for sharing.
You're welcome for that awfulness, and may it haunt your dreams and nightmares.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Yeah. My worst ED of the season comes from a show that I love. I love the show. The ED sucks. It's a show that
this might be my runner-up.
It's a show that has two very similar EDs. Both seasons have like very similar EDs. And that's The Evidence in Shadow season 2. It's literally just like a picture of the girl and then like just slowly revealing itself. And
so you know what the prime problem with The Eminence in Shadow ED this season was, and why I almost put it as mine?
What's that?
Is it's the same thing. It's one picture with basically like a cap cut TikTok animation on top of it of like either drops of water or like puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
But the crime that it commits that bothered me the most is that it's the exact same thing the first season did.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a pass. Maybe they just like they didn't think of an ED for this season. They just did whatever, and then they did it again, and I was like,
they did it again.
Okay, now it's a pattern. Now you don't get a pass, Eminence in Shadow. I like you as a show, but your ED sucks.
This didn't Classroom of the Elite do this too? Like, why is this a thing that shows do this? Like where it's like the puzzle or slowly revealing like the picture of your waifu. It's like
because then they can just basically like not do an ED and say they did.
Yeah. Boring.
But the real answer to this is the worst ED of the year is Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, because it doesn't have one.
It's just
I knew one of us was going to do that move. I knew one of us.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, like Pluto did that too. Pluto's probably in there for OP but I mean, like, it's fine. That's what it is.
No. I jest with that answer because, like, I feel dirty giving something that doesn't actually have an ED a place.
Yeah,
here.
that's kind of why I didn't either. Right?
Yeah.
But I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This Eminence and Shadow, while the waifus are nice, and nobody minds looking at a picture of a waifu here and there, but like you can't just do this all the time. You can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah,
keep getting away with this. Two seasons in a row, too.
You've got a movie coming. I better.
What's the movie gonna do? What if the movie does the same thing, but this time it's Sid Kagano?
But it's the whole episode. It's the whole movie.
What if it's Sid?
All right,
cancers. I like it.
Okay. We're gonna move on to worst strip now. Hopefully, we're not watching EDs now, so hopefully we can move along a little bit better. Worst strip now. I have an aversion to like the main character who is wearing a cloak and has big collars and is the edgy boy. I think they look lame and I think they look stupid. And speaking of Sid Kagano, he's got the worst
I had
strip.
a feeling.
Yeah, it's the worst strip. It's that idea of like, I'm in grade 8 and I think Sid Kagano looks really cool. And he's he doesn't. He looks lame. He looks goofy.
Well, there's a reason why Chunibyo is translated to eighth grader syndrome.
It's in character for him.
Yeah,
I had to pick somebody for worst strip, and that's my worst strip.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, he is lame for sure, and that's kind of the point.
That's his character.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
I get
the
that.
Weird thing is like sometimes it works for him though. Is the weird thing. Like if you watch the show, there are moments where it's like, dang, he's kind of cool, but then he also is kind of like super lame at the same time.
Well, just imagine somebody walking down the street with that outfit.
Oh no, it's
like,
super cringe.
It's
super cringe.
Stay away from that guy.
You know that guy that was sitting next to you watching Godzilla -1?
Oh,
that's the guy I could see wearing that outfit.
That guy would be in the Sid Kagano drip. Mike, what's your worst drip?
All right. Well, my worst drip is from another show that was, I thought, pretty good. You guys thought was one of the best shows of the year. And the character that I chose for worst drip commits the eternal sin of having a little rat tail for a hairdo. Okay. And that character is Rudius Grey Rat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That boy does not have drip, man. You know what? For like, it's a similar vibe. I'm sorry, Jay, that we came for like your 2 favorite anime here for bad drip.
No, it's fine.
But Rudius, I don't know. He's in that school uniform for the whole thing. The cloak, when he has that cloak, it's kind of working for him a bit. But like the weird, awkward teen phase Rudius is just that. It's just weird and awkward.
With the Jedi Padawan ponytail. And it's like, man, get a new cloak. You've been wearing the same cloak since you were like a little kid.
Probably smells.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
That cloak stinks. You got a hole put through you in that cloak.
It's pretty stanky.
It's time to
I like how
I'm
looking at like the character artwork here too, and like the cloak actually like it stays the same. Like it's the same length. Like teen Rudius. It's just a shorter cloak because he's just got taller.
Smaller.
It's funny. Yeah. And like even the school uniform doesn't. I'm not a big fan of like the school uniforms in anime.
Yeah.
And it's just also a very uninspired school uniform too.
Good
Rudius, I'm sorry, bad drip. You know who does have drip in that show? That is weird. Like the Sylphie. Sylphie has drip.
Yeah.
Rudius, no drip. Yeah.
Sylphie, big shades. Yeah, it's so
the big
cool.
shades.
There's a lot of drip in Mushoku Tensei, but the main character just has none.
I like the girl with the mask. She's got drip. Put a mask on somebody. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mask
drippy.
is cool. Mask is drippy. Yeah.
Pretty drippy.
Tuxedo mask.
Yeah.
Oh,
that guy's got drip.
That guy's got drip.
That guy's
got drip.
Yeah. Jay,
drip for
who
days.
doesn't have drip?
Who doesn't have drip? So when I was thinking about this, I wanted to get a little silly with it because I was like, I feel like there are some people here who could like they could appreciate a Sid Kagano or they could appreciate a Rudius Grey Rat. But for me, I went with a character that is I think counts because they have like a humanoid appearance in the movie they appear in. And that is the Heron from Boy and the Heron.
Oh.
He's naked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got a human appearance because he's inside the Heron, so it kind of comes off like a like a Heron
I guess
costume.
so. Yeah, I guess
You're not wrong. He does not have very good drip.
Yeah, there's no drip there. There's no drip there.
Yeah.
No.
He progressively gets goofier and goofier looking.
Yeah, and then you got that big nose.
He got that big nose. I think the Heron should have been played by Danny DeVito. I've said it a million times.
Yeah,
and I stand by it. I stand by it. I agree. Yeah, not the highest drip. Drip. I don't know. I was trying to come up
not
with
that drippy.
Yeah.
He's not that.
I was trying to come up with a
drippy.
follow-up word to drip, but no, I'll just put a period at the end.
He's not
there.
a drip god.
Yeah.
Not a drip
No.
god.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to like look at someone like or look at like the Yu Yu Hakusho cast who have like certified drip,
Mhm.
and then put the Heron from Boy and the Heron next to it.
Yeah.
Someone's
One of these things is not like
someone's
the
standing
other.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should mention that best drip will going forward be a seasonal category. So
Mhm.
I feel like it should be. Yeah.
yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be fun. That'll be fun.
Yes.
Okay. Next up, we've got production, which would be, I believe, how did we define production? The OST and the direction of the show. Direction
Mhm.
and the OST.
Yeah, we kind of
and
fuse those two.
Yeah, and for me, the OST, I kind of go with just forgettable OSTs. I don't really remember. And for all of the praises that I give to this show and to the studio that did it, for it being surprisingly good, it did also fall back on its bad traits that it shouldn't use often, and that is the girl I like forgot her glasses. Sometimes it's doing a little too much go hands. It's
Hands go.
It's flying around. It's going crazy. So that would be my worst production of the year.
Yeah,
I like the show, and sometimes I do like the direction, but it's got some weird tracking stuff going on when it's trying to do too much.
They couldn't help themselves. They
They
just
couldn't
had
help
to,
themselves. Listen, you're not Studio Orange. You can't do it. You just can't. You can't.
One day
you will be.
Yeah.
Just try it again, I guess. But
again and again, and just do it again
Just
and
keep
again.
doing
And
it
Cole
again
will
and
watch
again.
it. Cole will just keep watching it.
if it's cute anime like the girl I like forgot her glasses, then I will keep watching.
Yes.
But Mike, what was your worst production?
I really struggle with this one. I didn't really know where to go. The one I wanted to give it to was Fooly Cooly Grunge. Because I'd heard a lot of stuff about it. You know what? I haven't watched it, but hell, I'm going to give it to it. I'm going to give it to Fooly Cooly Grunge.
Yeah.
Because here's what it did. And this is the reason why I was just like, I didn't even bother watching it because I knew it was going to be bad. They broke up the 4 episodes amongst 3. There's 3 main characters and each character gets 1 episode basically.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Arrested Development tried it. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like the decision to go with full CG, sure. Interesting decision. Generally doesn't work. Here really didn't work. I watched quite a few clips of this show as well because I like Fooly Cooly. And it just kind of seemed like they were just like beating a dead corpse of a beloved property. And I can't stand for that. And so for that reason, for the direction being so bad, and the OST I'm sure is fine because it's probably a lot of recycled old songs from like the original Fooly Cooly. But again, just you're beating a dead horse at this point. Please just do something new and original. That's the spirit of Fooly Cooly. Do something cool and unique and original. Don't just copy the old unique and original thing.
I'm going to be honest, like Fooly Cooly hasn't been good since Fooly Cooly.
There's only the one good Fooly Cooly. There's only the
It's
one
like the
good.
Matrix.
Yeah. But they keep doing it.
Honestly, like Jeff Thu said about it, Mother's Basement on YouTube, go check him out.
He needs the
our
plug.
pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought my bar for Fooly Cooly couldn't be lower, but holy crap, like this got even worse. Jay, what is your? Oh,
sorry. I just want to mention. I'm looking at the. Like I just Googled it, and I'm looking at the Google images. I don't mind the art style per se. I think it's kind of
watch
nice
it in motion.
Looking. And
I could see it. Don't watch the teaser trailer because they chose all the best looking stuff to put in the teaser.
Yeah, maybe it's a motion thing, but they even put Rickenbacker at the top of the Rickenbacker base. That's pretty nice.
They did, and they also managed to do the X-Arm where they put 3D models interacting with 2D models.
All right, okay, it probably sucks, but Google's flattering it, I suppose. Okay, I'm done now. Jay, go ahead.
So I kind of tackled production in a little bit of a different way from you two because and I feel like this is the only, like, the worst is the only way or the only time I can really do it in this way because this anime had a lot of production issues just like under the hood, and I kind of want to highlight it for that. But I don't know if it's like, it doesn't necessarily reflect in the final product, but rather in the release of I suppose.
Sure, yeah. It's one of two, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think I know where you're going with this, and I almost put it as mine too for that reason too.
Yeah.
There was another show that there was another show that I wanted to put here, but I kind of saved it for another area, and I'll get into that when I get to that. But I went with Zom 100, and it's mainly just because of mainly just because of its delays and its production issues. And being delayed so long that like it lost its TV time.
Its steam.
Yeah.
It lost its steam, and
it lost its steam. It lost like its TV time. So like when it went on hiatus, because like it just didn't have enough or any more episodes to air on TV in Japan. So they had to push it back to December. And like even before that long hiatus, like it was getting delay after delay after delay, and like it was just,
it was kind of a crazy blunder, really, is the way to describe
it. The other one I would say,
even if the show's really good,
the other show I would say aping off of this would be Nier Automata.
I thought about
for
that
the same
too.
reason. Yeah. Where it just the release on it, and I know COVID and stuff, and with Zom 100 it's a new studio, but it's like, you gotta have that stuff ironed out if you're releasing a show.
I thought about putting Nier Automata in here, but honestly, like after I put Zom 100, I completely forgot that Nier was on here, and I was like, I could put it on here, but like I feel like Zom 100 can kind of open that discussion. So
it's more pithy. It's more more now.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on to visuals. So this will be animation, character design, stuff like that. So for mine, I went with Reborn as a vending machine. I didn't watch the show, but just based on its visuals, like, first of all, your main character is a vending machine. Second of all, all of like, it's very generic. Like you've seen characters like this a million times. You've seen the cute main girl. Machine. You've seen the bad girl. It's just it's boring design. Other than the vending machine, yes. So that was kind of
the ED as well. You can get a better idea, and it's just it's kind of just boring.
Yeah. Like that's kind of where I'm going. Like it's mid. It's just mid design.
Yeah,
and I'd like to see something more exciting sometimes with isekai like this.
Yeah, I'm here for this take.
Yeah, the fact that your main character is a vending machine can only take you so far.
Yeah. Which might come up later again for me too. My worst visual one is going to be probably like a more objective one than Cole's, I would say. And mine is Kamikatsu, Working for God in a Godless World. Because this is one of the few anime that came out this. I didn't watch it at all, but I've seen the clips. I know Jay watched it. I don't know if you completed it or not.
No.
But like every single clip that I saw of this show made me say, what the hell were they doing? What is going on? And I get it. I get it, guys. That's the point.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it bad, but that doesn't mean that it looks good because they're trying to make it look bad.
Like
that CG,
you just blew my mind.
Yeah.
That CG, whatever, the horned tusk thing chasing after them when it first blew up in like the first couple episodes there haunts my nightmares.
Yeah, no, that's that was so funny, and it's the reason why it's my pick too.
Okay, yeah. I think it's the objectively correct pick here.
I was looking at all the shows and I was like, oh yeah, this came out this year. There we go.
I know. I thought of putting something else just because I knew one of us was going to pick it, but man, does this show deserve this?
So bad. Like a part of me goes like, it's so bad, but like it the room's back around to being funny, but like,
no,
man,
I don't know.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, is it intentional? Like, did they mean it, or are they just now saying it was intentional?
Or are they like course correcting to be like, no, we meant
totally.
It.
That was is like the who did the room? Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Him saying like, no, it was a comedy. It was always meant to be a comedy. And it's like, no, it wasn't. You were making a serious movie.
No, it wasn't. I suspect this one they genuinely were, but like that doesn't mean that it's good. Just because you're edgy, just because you're cool doing something like that doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I had trouble with this next award though.
The best studio. I actually had an easy.
Worst studio. I had an easy one.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Worst studio.
Yeah. Worst studio.
I went with Studio Quad for cursing us with My Life as Inukai-san's Dog.
Ask me what mine is.
And Protocol Rain, which, like, first of all, Inukai-san's Dog, like, how could they do this to us? And Protocol Rain, what even is that? Mike, why is your studio also Studio Quad?
Because Studio Quad led Cole on to draft the ecchi dog anime that turned into a hentai. And because I felt like one of us must take the curse of watching some of this show for the pod, for the good of the listener, Studio Quad made me watch one episode of Inukai-san's Dog. And for that, they are my worst studio of the year.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, listen, I didn't watch the show despite drafting it because I'm a bad host. I mean, I'm a good host. A good host, yeah. But I did read the manga, and it's like, why would they think that they needed that this would be a good anime? And for that, they are doomed to eternal damnation. Jay, who's your worst?
I'm gonna feel like that meme where it's like all the swords are being pointed at me for this one, but let me cook for a minute. Before you shoot me,
is it Mappa?
And my pick was Mappa.
It's gonna be Mappa.
Oh my god! Okay,
and it's not because like the shows looked bad or anything, but it was more because of like the whole thing surrounding Mappa, and like I almost put it under production. And you might say like, oh, but every studio goes under that, and you're right, they do. But how many people that worked at other studios tweeted online about like being upset about the working conditions and like got as big as it did with the Mappa employees, and then no changes to their production schedule, like they're just continuing on like nothing's wrong. I kind of get where you're coming from. Like I wanted to put this as production, but I didn't want to put the fault on the people working on the show, but rather the people in suits
the
that
studio
were like,
itself.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you have to say for yourself for being a Mappa fan?
As a certified Mappa stan of the pod, I get what you're doing here. I kind of agree with your take that they did some questionable stuff and maybe treated their employees bad. I always say that most anime studios do, so I feel like Mappa just gets dunked on. But you're right. More people. It came out more, so it must have been like especially bad. That much attention to get paid to it. The thing that I disagree with is putting it under the worst visuals, because they objectively put out some of like the best.
I was going to do
worst production. We're in worst.
Sorry, we're in worst production. I'm wrong.
No, we're in worst studio.
We're in worst studio.
Oh, worst studio. Sorry, I'm totally mixed up on my list. Okay, that's fine. I was mixed up. I think it actually kind of belongs here in this in the MIDies a little bit.
Like, listen, you guys are producing good content, but it's like you guys, everybody's heard the arguments a million times.
It's just stinky,
and like I feel like there at least needs to be some kind of a like, hey, here, you know what I mean? Like some kind of like.
No, they deserve this one. I think.
Which I wouldn't be surprised if it won Best Studio, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure it will, because when I was putting together like the awards doc, and I put like next to all the studios the anime they put out this year, I was like, holy crap.
Well, I mean, at the same time, like even before this year, all the people that like say like, oh, they should get an anime and Mappa should do it. Like, I mean,
it's like these poor animators,
they're pretty busy. But one thing to remember too is they're like one of the biggest, they have the most employees.
Of course.
Yes.
But we also can't just keep giving them excuses.
Can't let them get away with this.
They can't keep getting away with this. Kate, worst girl. Which again, easy one for me.
Easy.
I'm going Karin Inukai. What are you doing with your dog? Stop that.
Stop that. Get some help.
Stop that. Get help.
I feel like that one speaks for itself. What is she doing to that poor? That is abuse.
Yeah,
it is. I mean,
and
she doesn't know that the dog is actually a person. As
Yeah,
far as
That
she's
makes it even
concerned,
weirder.
it's just a dog. Yes.
That was
Yes.
valid
Yes.
use of that. Ay.
Mike,
Great
who's
take, Cole.
your worst girl?
My worst girl of the year is a show that I know you both didn't watch,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and she's from Bleach.
Okay.
And I picked a character that's named Giselle Guel. They're the Stern Ritter that is Z for a zombie. And the reason they're the worst girl is because they just kind of this season was Bleach was really quite good. And then this character just kind of like doesn't fit. They do all like sort of like perverted stuff. Their whole shtick is they take like characters and like force them against their will to like do her bidding kind of thing. And it just makes you feel uncomfy watching it. So I just didn't like her vibe at all. And it just kind of sullied a very good season of Bleach. And I'm just not here for it. Worst girl, definitely.
Yeah, I've seen like memes and stuff with her in it.
So
yeah.
if you guys, if she's that notorious that you guys who are famously not really fans of Bleach are aware of her infamy a little bit, yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. I think a good villain, but bad girl. I think if the villain makes you uncomfortable, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But for sure.
I agree with this take. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well done, Michael. Jay, keep the streak
Guardian.
going.
My take for worst girl is Dorica from the Kingdoms of Ruin. I know neither of you watch this show, but one of the main reasons why she's here is because like she dies so many times in this show. I don't think I need to put up a spoiler warning because you're not watching the show. The show is really bad. But like she dies so many times in this show that by the end, I'm just like, I don't care about you whatsoever. You're probably just going to die again. There's even like a Crunchyroll clip from the show that's titled Dorica dies ... again. Like
it seems like one of those things that's like probably supposed to be funny, but just maybe it works out as just like stupid.
I think it's just edgy, like trying to be as like dramatic as possible and like make you care.
They should realize like if they die and get brought back to life, it's like the Dragon Ball Z effect. If you get brought back to life every time you die, it's no longer important. It doesn't mean anything.
Death doesn't mean anything anymore. And like I don't care about the character anymore because like you're probably just gonna die and then come back and then die again and then oh my god. This show's gonna come back up. Don't worry. The show it's really bad.
I was worried.
Yeah, I was worried. But next up we've got Worst Boy, which I did have a tough time with.
I also did.
And I took
it out.
I took the lame rate out, the lame way out. I said any edgy / dark genius is my worst boy. And then in
that trope.
In parenthesis, I put Sid Kagano.
Looking at you, Sid.
Looking at you, Sid.
Or who was Jay's best boy from a couple seasons ago? John Hancock.
John Smith.
But isn't that Sid?
It's just Sid. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't like that trope. It's so overused and I don't know why. Like it's not a good trope. I don't get it. But yeah, that'd be mine.
It resonates with people though for some reason. Yeah.
I know it's a cop out and it's lame, but that would be my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike.
Mine will be a infamous character amongst us because he's from a show that I drafted and turned out to be truly terrible. Cole really was mad that I drafted it out of his hands. Kamierabi God App's main protagonist, Goro Ono. So let me list this man's offenses.
That sounds like a bad show. I would never.
Yes. Yeah. In the first episode, he uses his God App power to control somebody and basically like assaults them with it. That's his number one wish is to assault someone essentially. And it's like, oh, that's not cool. And then he just kind of like doesn't really redeem himself.
And we're supposed to root for this guy?
Yeah. And he just kind of like keeps getting worse. And then he like, every time he changes the future or the whatever, how things work, he just like makes his own life worse too. So his situation gets worse and then he mopes more and more. And it's just like, what is going on? why do I like this guy? Worst boy for sure. Jay, who's your worst boy?
My worst boy is from a show I also drafted and had to watch the entirety of. It's a boy that
I forgot about this boy.
I forgot about this show.
Had some very strange thoughts that I had to
you don't say.
I had to listen to.
Yeah, well, you know what the strangest
episodes.
thought is? That this ended up being the first overall pick. That's
But you know what?
It's
Content
the pig from Butaraba.
It's the pig from Butaraba. Yeah.
Does it have a name? I don't even know.
Yeah, he's just called Pig. Yeah, he's just called Pig.
Of course.
Yeah, like there's nothing really that redeemable about him. He's very weird, very creepy, and why is there a romance with a girl in this where he's a pig? Stop it. It's borderline Inukai-san's dog.
I was gonna say this whole show kind of just felt like a slightly better produced Inukai-san's dog.
Yeah.
For what it's that's not much of a praise, right?
I've seen tweets about the light novel, and like it goes on like this radical, like the light novel goes on this radical tirade about how like, I mean, obviously, you know, racism is bad, which is obvious, but like the fact that it like goes on this whole tirade and like becomes more philosophical about it apparently is wild to me, and they just scrubbed it all away, and it's just a bland, terrible show with a terrible MC.
Well, fair enough. Who's most deserving of pain here? Who
most deserving of bodily harm and pain?
Yeah.
This is an easy one for me.
Was it? It was another tough one for me.
Okay.
Listen, because I have to listen to you guys say how good this show is and how it's better than one of my favorite shows, which is just simply wrong. I've got to, out of spite. And I know I'm not a perfect person. I'm working on it though. My answer is
sound like you are.
Rentaro Aijo should be hurt because girlfriend is just better. And that's.
I mean, this is a bad take.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Bad take.
I think he does get physically hurt a couple times. So
he does.
He does.
Yeah. No, that was it's more spite. Nothing against the guy himself. He just has to be harmed because my co-host.
It's more defense. Yeah, most deserving because he came for your turf, basically.
The best offense is a good defense, right?
Yeah. Mine is certainly a well-deserved one. I went with Mahito from Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. And I can't say too much about what Mahito does that caused them to be worthy of bodily harm. But they're responsible for harming a lot of beloved characters and really just being a stinker in general. And there's a reason why, like, when eventually Mahito gets his comeuppance, it's like became an iconic thing, and like people are like went nuts for it because like it was the only character I can think of for the entire year that when they got their comeuppance, it was like legitimately like a yes, let's go kick that guy's freaking butt, let's destroy him into a million pieces. And that's why Mahito is my most deserving of bodily harm.
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair.
Yeah.
Jay, who's your most deserving of bodily harm?
For me, it was a character from a show that I brought up before, and that's Adonis from the Kingdoms of Ruin. Now, Cole said that like for his worst boy, he hates those like edgy mastermind characters. He's not a mastermind, but he is quite edgy. So like he basically hates all humans, and he wants to kill all humans because of how terrible they are to witches. And so instead of like
sounds edgy.
Yeah, and so like he always comes up with like the plan that gets as many people unalived as possible. And there like he has no likable traits whatsoever. He's the main character. And yet, like, he's just like this guy going through an edgy downward spiral that I don't care about. And I want to punch square in the face because he's being a dummy.
Well, sounds like a good main character.
Yeah, shades of Naofumi from Shield Hero a little bit, from what I can tell.
A little bit.
Kind of looks like him too.
Yeah. Well, moving right along from these, moving right along from hurting these people. Worst chemistry, so essentially the worst couple. Jay, you reminded me of a show that obviously has the worst chemistry, and that is Buta Reba with Buta and Jess, or Pig and Jess, or whatever. Yeah, it's a pig and a girl, and I watched one episode of it, and it was dumb and stupid, and why is this a couple?
I mean, very valid answer. I remember watching that show, and there was like a time where another guy was introduced, and I was like, oh, the pig's gonna help her end up with this guy. That's fair. And then no.
The pig's not helping anybody with that stuff.
No.
Pig wants to get greasy.
Yeah. It's Mike.
It's the whole point of the show. The pig wants to get greasy.
The pig wants to get greasy.
Now that you've said that, I'm tempted to go with like Anukai-san's dog relationship as a bad, but you know what?
That was my follow-up. That would have been my backup.
I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with the vending machine from Vending Machine Anime. And literally every other character, because
it's a vending machine.
The whole bit, I get it. It's a vending machine. It can only speak in vending machine language, and it's like, oh, that's funny for like exactly 30 seconds, and then it's just like, wait, this character can't speak, so how can it like build? It can, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and the chemistry was not there. There was a moment there where some sparks would happen, and you're like, "Oh, is this kind of like, is it starting to work?" And then it just didn't, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
I'm guessing there's like some puzzle solving that the main character had to solve to be able to communicate things that just wasn't adapted well or at all.
It basically boils down to like, whenever the character wants to say something, he just uses like a "thank you for coming" or "take your change," and then he'll like, they've kind of just learned what that take your change means. There's a monster over there or something, and it's just like, just doesn't do it for me, man.
It's like the blink once for yes, twice for no. It's like
but a whole anime.
Lame. Jay.
My worst chemistry comes from a show where the couple are actually people, surprisingly enough.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, you're already off to a bad start.
Yeah. When you have two human characters and they have and that is Aika and Wataru, the two main leads from The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. Just for the sheer fact that RMC confesses to the main girl and she rejects him, so he leaves her alone because she rejected him, and then she gets upset that he left her alone. And
she's playing hard to get.
Yeah, but he confessed to her, saying like, if you say no, I'll leave you alone.
She says no.
So she said no. So he went up on his word and said, okay, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
And then she gets upset.
End of anime.
Yeah. Credits roll.
Credits roll.
Like, except they don't.
But like,
you gotta make a whole show out of this.
It's just so frustrating that like, they're doing this dumb thing where like she keeps like looking over at him as if she likes him, and it's like, well, you had your chance and you lost it.
Yeah.
They're like barely on screen together to like redeem that. So like, it just doesn't work.
I think what we're learning here is that, you know what, there's a reason why like some generic things that are like super popular are super popular. It's because they're good. And when you try to do weird stuff, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got 4 more categories to go. And I think we should just power through these. Power through these with least hype. And for me, it was a show that I remember coming out and I had no interest in it, despite it being an action anime. And that's Mashle. Like the hype on my end was negative. Like, I don't care about, like, people are like, oh, it'll be like this. And I'm like, that's not interesting to me in the slightest. Least hype for me, Mashle.
Yeah.
I feel like was one that interested me a little bit, and I know the second season's getting popped for having a bang in OP now, but like Mashal, I don't know, I just again, like, it's just the interest levels are negative for me for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know, it's something about that combination just doesn't work for me. The One Punch Man and Harry Potter, like I don't care.
I just didn't feel the need. My least hype is a show that I watched because Zero's producer son, hi Zeros, wanted one of us to finally watch an Idolmaster anime. And listen, I did. I gave Idolmaster Million Live a shot.
Okay.
And here's the thing. When I think of idols, I think of my beloved girls in Twice, I think of hype. Things are awesome. La Seraphim, they're coming out there. They're banging, man. They're killing it. New Jeans, slaying. You know,
Name another
how many
one.
letters in New Jeans? 8. Yeah. We got Tomorrow by Together. We got BTS. We got all sorts of good bands out there, and they're all hype.
Sure.
But the show that's not hype is Idolmaster Million Live, because it's supposed to be hype. It's idols. They're they're dancing, they're singing, but the songs are not great. The animation's not great. The story's boring. Not hype at all.
Well, we just lost Zeros. So
I'm sorry, Zeros.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But this is also the guy who I said, I went to go check out like the first Idolmaster, like the original where it started. And he's like, don't do that. I was like, what? And he's like, it's bad. I'm like, okay. Yeah, well. Yeah. Jay, what is your least hype?
My least hype is, look, I kind of played around with this as well, because like I started off looking forward to the show, but after like getting into it, my hype level went from like positive to negative and being like, ugh, this show.
I gotta watch this.
And that's Liar Rail or Liar Liar.
Oh, yes. I remember Jay was in love with this show and I wondered what happened to it.
So
we're about to find out.
Yeah.
I kind of want to save this for later because of reasons, but let's just say
if it's gonna come up later, then
it's gonna come back up. But
okay,
let's just say that like it does things that really, really kills my hype for this show.
Okay. I saw it on a lot of like worst of the year lists when I was doing my research for this episode, so that tells you something.
Yeah.
When did it become Liar Rail too?
Oh, because in the OP, it shows like Liar Liar, but the second liar is like reversed. So it shows Liar Rail.
Liar Rail.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I get it. That makes sense to me.
That makes sense.
So now the most overrated anime. The one that
illustrious awards here.
The one that everybody loved, that you're like, this, I don't get it. And let me tell you, this was the number 3 anime from 2023 in terms of popularity. And I watched it. And I just lost interest in it. And that is Hell's Paradise.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was kind of overrated. Especially when you consider like Jujutsu Kaisen's right there. It's better. Like there's other shows that do similar stuff that are better, and despite that, this is still the number 3 anime of last year. Like it's ahead of Oshinoko. It's ahead of Mushoku
crazy,
Tensei.
Actually, that is number 3.
It's ahead of Frieren. It's ahead of Heavenly Delusion. Like that is insane to me. So for that reason, it's overrated.
Yeah.
When you look at the list and it's Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise, Oshinoko, it's like, wait, what? What was that third one again?
Yeah. How?
But like as someone who loves Hell's Paradise as well, but yeah, it's maybe a little overrated at that. That's kind of crazy territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, what's your overrated?
My most overrated here. It's not quite as overrated as this, but it's a show that was rated quite highly. So it's actually rated higher than the show you chose. It's an 84 on AniList and like the number, I think 12 or 13 most popular. Eminence in Shadow Season 2. I enjoyed Season 1. I didn't think Season 2 was as good. I don't know why people are rating it as high. I just don't get it. It just kind of like fell off for me. And I just think it was kind of overrated. I'm just not here for it anymore. And that's why it's my most overrated this season. I'm sorry, Jay. I know it's your favorite anime.
It is
the tears stream down his face.
Yeah. So my pick was the 15th most popular anime of the year. which is a little bit lower, but like I feel like it's a show that is like really high on this popularity list, but like I never hear anyone talking about it. And also like it had me for a little bit, but then like just kind of lost me after a while. And that was Tomo-chan as a girl.
Yeah.
I remember,
it's weirdly high on this.
I remember like when the show first came out, everyone was talking about it as like, oh, it's such a good show, and nobody talks about it anymore. And I don't know why it's that high on this list.
I don't understand how it's so high either. Like, it's kind of just a generic slice of life. Like, it's just, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just kind of, you've seen a show like this a million times. How is it that high? Like, why is this ahead
like how many people? I think the popularity list is based on how many people have it on their list.
Sure. Yeah.
I wonder if it's just because they were in weaker seasons, maybe. Like it's a pretty weak season, right?
It's higher than something. Year. It's higher than like Dangers in My Heart, which is probably a better show.
It is better.
That's similar.
It's higher than Horimiya, The Missing Pieces.
It's higher than Apothecary Diaries and My Happy Marriage.
It's higher than Attack on Titan, the final season, special part 2, I think.
Pluto.
Undead Unluck.
Higher than Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah.
Liar,
Skip
Liar.
and Loafer, My Happy Marriage. Well, I mean, everything should be higher than Liar, Liar.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
That's correct.
Shangri-La Frontier. Like, there are so many good shows on here that are so much, that are lower than this show, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I really don't know why it's up there. But again, we've only got 2 more awards. We can push through this.
Right. Let's do this. Let's do this.
This is the most mid, not the worst show, just kind of the most mid.
Most mid.
The most mid show of last season. And for me, it was one where it's like, this has an opportunity to be a good show. And it just kind of floundered it. And I don't know why. Like, maybe the world wasn't ready for this. Maybe the studio didn't do a good enough job at it. But it's Shy.
Yeah.
It's kind of mid. Like,
I was surprised it didn't come up until now.
It should be better than it is. Like, I wouldn't say it's a bad show. It's just mid. Yeah.
It is mid. It's very mid.
Yeah. That'd be mine.
Yeah, I remember like being very excited for the show and like hearing a lot of people hyping it up. And it just kind of didn't live up to that. Like, I think a part of it is like I didn't like the direction of it. Like the it was directed by the same guy who did Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. And I'm not a big fan of that like picture in picture on like a generic background style. And it just didn't it missed the mark.
Yeah. My most mid for the year was a show that I drafted not knowing what I was getting into. But listen, I drafted a season 2 of it, and the first season actually was quite good. It was kind of a nice little surprise. And it was unique and interesting, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. But the second season of Goblin Slayer kind of just
kind of there.
It's kind of just like generic and boring. Like, the stuff that happens just feels like generic D&D party stuff. Like, they go to a wedding and they get attacked by goblins on the way. Of course they get attacked by goblins. It's the only thing that they kill in this dang show.
Yeah.
He is
which is
the
kind of
Goblin
interesting,
Slayer.
right? And it just kind of felt like it just was mid, very like, didn't really do much for me, which is why it's only rated a 72. Yeah, Goblin Slayer season 2, very mid. I'll probably still watch a season 3 because like it's not like I didn't enjoy it, but it was just like hella mid is the way I put it.
More of the same.
Right? Yeah.
Needed
very
more.
Mid. Jay, what was mid for you?
For me, it's a show that like I was really looking forward to, but really like it didn't hit, but it's not like terrible or anything. And that is Our Dating Story, The Experienced You and the Inexperienced Me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking forward to it because like it promised this idea of like a couple starting like they start off as a couple from the beginning, and it's about them learning to handle being a couple together. But like it didn't really do that. It felt like it was just like running through the motions of like a regular rom-com, but like they're still together, but like it doesn't feel like they're actually together. If you know what I mean. Like it didn't really work for me in the way that in the way I thought it would. Like I thought like it would explore things that like couples would do that like a budding romance wouldn't, or things like that, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of
romance is just a very boring show, right?
Yeah, and it's just like it's tough for shows like that because like Dangers in My Heart came out and it seems to be a good show.
It is really good.
And like the shows that are compared to that have a tough time because it's okay. The final frontier is about to be crossed by us.
The poopiest of all awards.
The poopiest of all awards, and it is the worst anime of the year. It has taken a poop, put it in a brown paper bag, lit it on fire,
and thrown in a dumpster.
No. Put it in front of your door. Ring the doorbell, and now you're like, what the? And now I got to stomp on this. Oh no, my nice shoes are ruined.
My lovely Adidas are covered in poopy.
My Forum 84s are ruined by the worst anime of this year. And that is a show that I drafted in winter of 2023. I didn't watch it, but I've got to throw a big thanks to my other co-host who fell on the sword for me. And I appreciate that. I owe them. My Life as Inukai-san's Dog is the worst anime. Concept-wise, animation-wise. I think it was shorts too, right? Like it wasn't even full episodes. They were like 12-minute episodes.
I'll be honest with you, man. I think I've suppressed it. I don't even remember.
Like it's why did this get made? Who approved this?
Horny is the reason.
Who would draft this? Horny.
Yeah, I don't
horny
know.
Is the reason.
Horny is the reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you were coming off Chainsaw Man with Makima, and you're like, "Oh, that step on me energy," and then it kind of just took it too far. And then you
took it too far.
No,
go back.
Yeah, rewind. Yeah, back it up. Yeah, that's my worst anime of the season. Like there's poopier animes maybe, but this is in concept and production. It's up there. Yeah, Michael,
I'm gonna go with a show that you've probably seen coming here for my poopiest anime of the year. Inukai-san's Dog was my runner-up, I will say, but my winner is a show that I also drafted. Kamierabi God App is my worst anime of the year.
I would never.
Cole would never, but he almost did. And he was sad that I drafted it. It just kind of like missed the mark in a lot of ways. All the characters are unlikable. It has this weird, like kind of good CG that's also kind of bad at the same time. The powers are also kind of good, but also kind of bad at the same time. Everything in the show can be described as there's enough here to like be interesting, but it just fails in every way pretty much. So you're kind of just like, I'm just done with it. I'm washing my hands. See you later.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yeah. It's just bad, and it's rated terribly, and it deserves a rating. Honestly, it is what it is. Jay, what's your worst anime?
Okay, now I can get mad.
Okay,
now we can finally talk about Liar Rail, the worst anime of the year, a show I also drafted. So what does that say about us that we drafted the worst shows, our worst shows of the year?
What does that say about us? Taste. We're masochists.
We're masochists
with bad taste. We should rename our podcast to Trash Taste.
That's a good idea. I'm sure nobody took that. Okay, so I was looking forward to Liar Liar because like it's a show of like very similar to something like No Game No Life, Classroom of the Elite, or Kakegurui, where it's like one character trying to outsmart the other and stuff like that. And that was exciting to me.
Yeah.
The thing about those three shows is like they have rules that are set out that the characters have to follow to be able to like reach or to be able to like win at. So like unlike Liar Liar, they have certain limitations or certain things that exist that they have to work around to be able to get the upper hand on the other person. Liar Liar has a set of rules and then a set of other rules that a character can introduce at any point without the audience knowing. So who cares about any of the rules that are introduced in the game when other random rules can be introduced at any time? So already I'm lost with that point. And then we got like random ass pulls in the story, like the main character has 7 stars, meaning he's like the best guy in the school, but actually he only has 1 star, and that star actually it's a whole thing. It's terrible. It's a stupid show. It made me hate one of my favorite concepts, which is like a battle of wits. I love battles of wits, but this just doesn't do it at all. How do you this up? It's easy to do.
A nice battle of wits.
I do like a battle of wits.
Just create a problem and have 2 characters try to solve it against each other. You don't need to add any other things. This is my worst anime of the year. Too many hats.
Too many hats.
Too many plot twists.
Too many liars.
Too many plot twists. Too much. Stop. Thank you.
Get some help.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to go off on this show. This show's
I think it's fair. Like if you didn't like it, then I guess it's probably really good.
Yeah. Well,
if you didn't
know
like
what
it.
they,
If
you know
Jay
what you guys
didn't
say
like
about,
it,
yeah, it's probably goated.
It's goated with the sauce.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, so I do want to say before we wrap it up, I just want to say we've got some reviews coming up. So we've got Gate.
That's right.
Coming up in a few weeks. And we've got a new manga review coming up as well. Go Loser Ranger, which was Jay's nominee. And then, of course, listener's choice, we've got Link, Click, Violet Evergarden, and Sound Euphonium. So you guys can vote on that. But that does it for this week's. Of course, what was your worst anime of the year? Tell us what you hated this year. Tell us why you
disagree with us on our takes.
Vent to us. We are here to be vented to. We are here for you. We're always here for you.
We understand. It's not your fault. It's not
Jay's.
Your fault.
It's Jay's fault.
It's
Jay's fault.
Why is it my fault?
I don't know. You started it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just
saying it's not. I'm just saying it's not their fault.
It's not their fault. It's
AniPro's fault.
It's
Inukai-san's fault.
Yeah.
It's Inukai-san's fault.
Yeah.
Thank you for not her dogs, because her dog's just a dog.
Well, I mean, the dog is a horny person too.
Guy.
But anyway, that's it for this week. We'll be back next week. Until then, you can follow us at our social medias at AniProPod. Leave a like, review, subscribe, give us 5 stars, tell a friend about us. Why don't you come join our Discord as well? You can. We do watch parties over there. We've got games, chats. Links to everything is at our website, AniProPod.com. If you really like us, of course, you can support us on Patreon. You get extra stuff. You get early episodes, bonus episodes, extra votes, special chat in the Discord, party mailbag. Of course, we didn't do a mailbag this week, but we kind of did.
We kind of did one big mailbag. Really.
It's like a big mailbag. You also get your name shouted out to you from me with love.
Shout it.
Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Braindead B-Dog, Super Mexi, Peach, Frama, Kratost, and Just Juz. Thank you all for supporting this podcast so that we can produce.
All scholars and saints and gentlemen.
This podcast comes from the support from viewers like you. Thank you.
Thank you.
PBS. I used to think that they were saying, I used to think it was like viewers like you was like a thing. Like it was like one word, viewers like you.
I thought viewers like you was a company.
It's like the Dawn's Early Light thing. Like I thought that was one phrase. Dawn's Early Light. Like what makes a light Dawn's Early? Anyway, we'll be back next week. Jay, take us away.
And as we say at the end of every episode of the Anime Protagonist podcast, bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye.